Mandalorian and Grogu is landing at the Esquire IMAX Theater in downtown Sacramento. The galaxy's toughest warrior is back, facing new enemies and bigger battles. Don't just watch the action. Feel it on the Esquire IMAX 6-story screen, Sacramento's biggest, loudest, and most immersive movie-going experience. Grab your tickets now for Star Wars, The Mandalorian and Grogu at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Good shot, baby.
There are many reasons to choose Gonzalez Law Offices as a dedicated trial lawyer with an undefeated record from 2016 through 2019, and you'll know that no case is too big or too small. Due to his success, hard work, and commitment to excellence, attorney Jonathan Gonzalez has been listed in Super Lawyers Rising Stars, as well as in the top 40 under 40 list by national trial lawyers. You can find Gonzalez Law Office online at saclegaldefense.com or call him at 916-304-9187.
This Memorial Day, start zooming past the pump in one of Toyota's 21 industry-leading hybrid and electrified models. Toyota's Summer Starts Here sales event is on, so get in and get saving. Score Memorial Day deals on the 50 mpg Corolla Hybrid and the 51 mpg Hybrid Camry, or get 0% APR on Toyota's newest EVs, the 2026 CHR and BZ. Don't miss out on Memorial Day savings at Toyota's Summer Starts Here sales event. Toyota, let's go places. Offers available through TFS to buyers with premium rated credit and cannot be combined with other offers. N6126.
Today on the pod, we're talking to Megan, trapeze artist and scratchers enthusiast. So, Megan, what do you like about playing scratchers?
Well, they're easy to play when I'm hanging around.
Oh, okay. Like when you're relaxing?
No, like when I'm hanging on the trapeze. I swing upside down, then do a quadruple somersault, all while playing scratchers. Watch this. Ta-da!
Unbelievable.
I know, right?
Scratchers from the California Lottery. A little play can make your day. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 years or older to purchase player claim.
Mike Rowe here with a fun fact. Did you know that 50% of the air that you breathe inside your home comes from your crawl space? Yeah. Whether your crawl space is wet, musty, or your floors are bouncy, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to repair your crawl space. Schedule a free inspection with Groundworks, the foundation and waterproofing experts.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios,
Sactown Sports 1140.
it's Matt George and Kayla Anderson. Online at SactownSports.com or on the app. Kings, Niners, and Sacramento. The Matt and Kayla Show starts now.
The NBA is cooked. It's over. Victor Wembanyama has truly arrived to take what is his. And that is the title of the best basketball player on the freaking planet. What a basketball game we witnessed last night. Kayla and I were out at the Big Brothers Big Sisters golf tournament, Del Paso Country Club yesterday. And Kayla, we wrapped up the show. And what did you say? You said, let's hope this series lives up to the hype.
Yes, I did.
We talked about we need these playoffs to get back to the craziness and the great games from the play-in tournament. And then we got that double overtime banger of a game between the awesome Spurs and the Thunder. We asked, and the basketball gods delivered.
That's what you got to do.
What a basketball game, man.
Right? You gotta breathe it into existence, and we saw a heck of a game.
We all won. At that point, we all won. Not just because, like, Spurs win, Thunder win, who cares?
Exactly.
That game was so good. The NBA was a massive, massive winner last night. I know Oklahoma City Thunder fans and Spurs haters are disappointed, but
a lot of people are talking about it, I'll tell you that much. You open up the Western Conference Finals with something like that, and it really does set the tone. hopefully tonight.
I was going to say.
With the Eastern Conference Championships opening up, I don't think we're going to get double overtime, but hopefully we can get something exciting as well.
Knicks and Cavs, man, you got big shoes to fill.
Right?
Knicks and Cavs wish they were the opening act. Having to follow that game up, my goodness. Now, I have hope that Knicks and Cavs will be entertaining. I don't know if anything's going to be as entertaining as what we saw last night. But just like, this is what we do in sports media. This is what we do in journalism is you tell stories. And some stories just write themselves. Some epic narratives just write themselves. And you have Victor Wembanyama sitting there after campaigning for months as to why he should be the most valuable player. Sitting there watching Shea get the award. And then he goes out and drops 41, 24, 3 and 3. I'm talking 41 points, 24 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 blocks. His pull-up 3 from damn near the logo in overtime to tie the game at 108. That was a Steph Curry moment in that same building. That was a monstrous arrival game for Wemby. The elbow in Minnesota, let me tell you, Naz Reid woke Wemby the hell up because he has been dominant ever since getting ejected in that game.
I read this stat too, which was freaking wild. So the Spurs, because we just talked about the dominance that is yet to come, right? With this team and Oklahoma City too, right? I mean, Oklahoma City is a young team as well, but this is just going to show that the Spurs could be here for a very long time. I heard the stat last night. The Spurs starting lineup is the youngest in any conference game ever, averaging 22.9 years old. Ugh. That is wild. And again, De'Aaron Fox not in the starting lineup yesterday, right? Because he's dealing with that ankle stiffness. And I know I put it out there that everybody was healthy because going in, that's what was projected. Right. So I think it was a late kind of.
Yeah, Mark Spears reported a couple hours before game time. So, but I hadn't checked the injury report. I imagine he was listed as questionable, but Fox was also listed as questionable for the last game or two of the Spurs series because he tweaked his ankle. I think he and Ayo Dosunmu got tangled up a little bit, and he tweaked his ankle that way. Well, don't worry, we'll talk about De'Aaron Fox in a little bit because people are taking their victory laps about the Spurs winning without Fox, I guess. So we'll get to that in today's show. By the way, welcome into Matt and Kayla. I'm Matt George. That's Kayla Anderson. Kyle Ledbetter with us. Of course, we're happy to be back in studio, although we had a great day yesterday out at the golf course. Shout out again to Del Paso Country Club and Big Brothers, Big Sisters of the greater Sacramento area for having us out there for that. But, I mean, the league is just, the Western Conference is just going to dominate. Like, no disrespect to the East, and we'll talk about this later on at 1 o'clock today. This can't change how the Sacramento Kings approach things. It can't, it won't, because you can't just sit there and go, well, we're screwed and nothing matters for the next 5-10 years or however long Wemby decides to dominate. But if you're the Sacramento Kings, if you're, like, honestly, I'd rather be in a position of the Sacramento Kings compared to a team like, I don't know, Phoenix or Denver, because they're still interested in competing now, and they're looking up at the top of the West and going, what the hell chance do we have? What can we even possibly do? The Thunder are thinking this exact thing right now. What do we do against Wemby in Game 2? And one of the things that's going to be fun to talk about, because Rylan Stiles, who's been a friend of mine for many years, hosts the Locked On Thunder podcast, he's going to join us at 11 o'clock today. We're going to talk about how Thunder fans are feeling after Game 1 and how the Thunder approach Game 2, because they still have home court advantage. They had some epic performances last night themselves. Alex Caruso was incredible. We'll talk about him in a bit.
Wild.
Like, if I'm a Thunder fan, I can talk myself into knowing our team could have played better, so we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think the Spurs are going to win the series in 4 games or anything like that. But from a Spurs standpoint, you can easily talk yourself into, we did that without De'Aaron. When De'Aaron comes back, we could be even better.
Well, we talked about the matchups during the regular season, and for the most part, the Spurs getting the better of the Thunder. So this is clearly a matchup that the Spurs feel comfortable with. Like, there's a lot of teams that are intimidated by the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yep.
And the Spurs are not one of them. And we've seen that time and time again with the type of basketball they play. I think that with this first matchup, and I brought this to your attention yesterday, is that time that Oklahoma City did have off was a long time.
Yes.
Longer than the Spurs. I think coming out definitely made a statement, and it's not a good thing that Oklahoma City let one slip at home. But I think Wemby had a little bit to play for. Like you said, seeing SGA get the MVP award presented to him. But I also think we looked at a guy last night like SGA, the MVP, and he didn't have his best night. Like SGA, I think he had 24 points, but he was only 7 for 23. He wasn't his best early on, especially. I think he had one of his worst shooting halves in 3 years or something. So I think he was a little rusty from not playing. I think we'll see a change in game 2, but give credit to where credit is due.
Yeah.
And the Spurs took over that game.
Yeah, SGA played 51 minutes last night.
That's wild.
Did not shoot the ball well, to your point. 7 of 23, which is, again, a reason why Thunder fans can go, SGA is going to play better. Like, Chet Holmgren got absolutely bodied by Victor Wembanyama last night. He's supposed to be like the only potential answer to Victor Wembanyama that exists of a player of a similar size and build. He had 8 points in 41 minutes, also 8 rebounds. SGA, to his credit, though, okay, he's not shooting the ball well. What does he do? He distributes. 12 assists, had 5 steals. I mean, he was still very impactful in the game. The Spurs are just a different beast, man. They're just a different beast. The Thunder have now lost to the Spurs 5 times this season.
Wild.
5 out of 6 games they've played, the Spurs have been victorious. That's damn near kryptonite.
I think that's a little concerning.
Yes.
Like, we talk about sometimes too just matchups that don't favor one team. And again, this is the playoffs. I know it's going to be different, but I don't know. I mean, 5 times that you've taken a team this year, I don't know if that's a coincidence.
No, at that point, and especially because the excuse was always, okay, that's regular season, but once you get in the playoffs, it's a different beast. Spurs came into your building shorthanded, and the dude who lost the MVP to SGA absolutely took over that game. Again, Wemby's had
in every aspect.
He's had 3 different arrival moments over the course of these playoffs already, but this one was, so he arrived as a star. He arrived as like a beast, a generational player against the T-Wolves. And now he's arrived as, I think this is the last time for a long time we're going to see anybody not named Victor Wembanyama win MVP. Knock on wood, unless he gets hurt. Like, he might be so good that voters who get bored after like multiple years of giving the award to someone might have to say, well, we can't not give it to him.
Right.
Like, if that's who Wemby is going to be, again, the only thing standing in Wemby's way is health. Because it's either health or he's missing shots. Because there's nothing you can do to stop that dude.
No, he's everywhere. Like, it's just, whether he's in the paint, whether he's, his defensive part of his game, which we've already talked about at length because he is the defensive player of the year, and then last night, we saw it on point, just in terms of the 3-point shot.
Yeah.
And just how effortless it can be in a big time moment. But he brings, what I love about this, Matt, is he is setting a brand new tone for the league.
Yeah.
And I think it's about time.
That's a good point.
That the NBA has a star like this, a young star, that now some of these other guys are like, we've got to up our game. We might not reach that level. I think having a guy like Wemby in the league will set the tone for a lot of other players and make the NBA a better league.
I completely agree with you. LeBron is going to be gone soon.
Yeah.
Steph is going to be gone soon. KD's going to be gone soon. And the standard bearers for NBA basketball are going to be Victor Wembanyama and Anthony Edwards. 2 dudes who give a you-know-what.
Yeah.
Like, really competitively give a you-know-what. Wemby crying after regular season wins. Bringing so much passion to the All-Star game, to make the All-Star game relevant and interesting again. Then you have Wemby doing what he's been doing in the playoffs, watching someone win the award that he believes is his, and then he puts out a performance that makes it undeniable that maybe it should have been. Now, I'm not saying SGA didn't deserve to win MVP this season. I think SGA was the MVP. But I'm telling you, I think this is the last time anybody not named Victor Wembanyama is winning MVP for the next 3 years.
Right. I mean,
unless he stays healthy, unless he gets hurt. Like, that's the only thing stopping him.
Like, Wemby is young. He's 22.
I think
he's
so.
He's 22. And SGA, heck of a player. Love SGA.
Yeah, he's 22.
He's not getting any younger.
He just turned 22 in January, by the way.
I know. So at some point, the tables are going to turn on that. SGA is going to be a good player for a minute.
Of course.
Let's not deny that. And let's not deny Oklahoma City its credit, because Oklahoma City is still the reigning champs. Like, they could possibly go back to back. I'm not going to count them out right now. But I will say, I think in a way, the Spurs youth movement is really bringing a different type of energy to the court.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoy watching it.
OKC San Antonio, I think, is going to be the rivalry of the NBA for the next 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And we'll transition this into a De'Aaron Fox conversation a little bit. I don't know why so many people are so fixated and obsessed with the financial situation of the San Antonio Spurs when they don't have to worry about that for years. Why are we so freaking worried about Fox's contract? Like, they don't have to pay Stephon Castle for what we know. Wemby's getting the bag. Sam Amick put out there last night, like, what if there was no salary cap in the NBA? Victor Wembanyama would get Shohei Ohtani money. Like, if a team were allowed to be the Dodgers of the NBA, Victor Wembanyama would be offered ownership stake in the freaking team in order to play. Like, he's that good. He's that generational. And how lucky are we as sports fans? We have a international icon in Shohei Ohtani. Now, he's playing for a team that I loathe and so many people loathe, that damn Dodger blue. But he is an icon. And anytime we have the privilege to watch that man play and do what he does, like, he's a guy we're going to be telling our grandkids about.
Yeah.
We're watching Wemby become the exact same thing, the same way I was fortunate enough to grow up watching LeBron and Kobe, and I've been able to spend my young adulthood and now career covering and watching Steph Curry. But Wemby and Shohei and some of these players are just a whole nother level of greatness that we get to appreciate. And I don't want to get into the mess of, what if Wemby was playing in that era? What if Shohei was playing in that? I don't care. We're watching the most elite athletes you could possibly even fathom, imagine, dominating on these stages. Making SGA, who has been the MVP and the best player in the league for 2 straight years, look like low-key an afterthought.
Yeah.
And not even that, like, and we're going to talk about this too, Wemby low-key is overshadowing the phenomenal debut or playoff start, that Dylan Harper had.
He had a great start.
He's a rookie.
A great start. Is he 21?
I think so. He's either 20 or 21.
Yeah. He's a youngin'.
He's 20.
20.
He's 20.
Yeah.
He just turned 20 in March.
24 points in that game. I think he had 7 steals.
Yes.
Last night.
7 steals.
He was phenomenal.
11 rebounds, 6 assists.
What do you expect when you have a guy like Wemby, like I just mentioned, who's setting a new tone for the league?
Yep.
What do you expect then to happen inside that Spurs locker room, inside practices, in a game?
Yeah.
If I had a guy like that I was playing with, and again, not everybody is at a different competitive level. I understand that.
Yeah.
But I would be maximizing my own game.
Yes.
Every time I stepped on a court with someone like that. That's just how I function. And that's how those guys function.
He's a guard's dream.
Yeah.
And like the Spurs have a glut of point guards right now. That might become a problem one day. It's not a problem for another couple years. And the thing is, the Spurs, whatever team is fortunate enough to have Victor Wembanyama for his entire career, they're always going to be at the top of every free agent guards list. Every guard on the planet is going to want to play with Victor Wembanyama. Steve Nash is going to want to come out of freaking retirement. And John Stockton would want to come out of retirement to play with Victor Wembanyama. He is a gold mine for guards. The amount of players that Wemby is going to get paid simply by playing, like Julian Champagnie is a great example of this. And I'm not taking anything away from them because they're maximizing their opportunity. But when you're playing with a generational player, Champagnie has become an elite 3-point threat because he has so much open space because of the attention that Wemby and Fox and Castle draw.
Well, let me make that point too, because you just went on and stated that there's going to be issues maybe in the future with the guards.
Yes.
Let me just state this real quick. Haven't we said time and time again that once you get to the playoffs, it's about the depth of your team?
Yes.
And this includes why Oklahoma City is good and won the championship last year. What is wrong with in the moment right now when things are fine in terms of the money?
Yeah.
having depth.
Yeah.
Having guys like De'Aaron Fox who had an ankle issue, he can sit out and they can feel good enough about it. But sometimes there's another guy that's going to be injured. And there's guys that are ready to step. I mean, that's what you have to have.
Well, let's dive into this too.
In terms of the postseason.
When we're talking about the financial situation, because the Spurs got lucky, stupid lucky in the draft lottery. No one's like, there's no beating around the bush with that. Like, they've drafted well, and they're the Spurs, and the Spurs have been a model organization in professional sports forever. So it's not like we can just sum it up to sheer dumb luck, but they've been stupid lucky. They got the number 1 pick, Wemby. They got the number 4 pick, Castle. They got the number 2 pick last year, Harper. Like, and financially now, okay, Wemby's got 1 more year before he's getting paid. He's getting the Supermax. He's getting every possible penny he could possibly get. Then you have Stephon Castle, who they don't have to worry about paying Stephon Castle until 2 seasons or over 2 seasons from now. He's got 2 more seasons under contract on his rookie scale deal. The end of Stephon Castle's contract is going to be $12 million. He's making 9.5 right now, and he's this good. Dylan Harper doesn't have to get paid until the 2029-2030 season. So again, what the hell are we worried about financially for the San Antonio Spurs for? The Thunder are dealing with the financial ramifications right now, and we just have full faith that Sam Presti's going to figure it out because they've deserved that respect. The Spurs deserve the same respect. They're going to be a nightmare for the longest time. And if that eventually means the last year or 2 of Fox's contract they're going to have to move on from, they'll cross that bridge when they come to it. Or maybe they move on from him earlier if they could get into the Giannis Antetokounmpo sweepstakes, which all signs and all reports point to they don't want to because they don't want to break up what they've got going here.
Would you?
And let's be honest here. Yes, the San Antonio Spurs won that game against Oklahoma City without De'Aaron Fox last night. Full stop, 100%. That is a true statement. That game also went into double overtime when it didn't have to because offensively in the fourth quarter, the Spurs half-court offense came to a screeching halt. And Stephon Castle has been brilliant for the Spurs throughout these playoffs, just like I believe De'Aaron Fox has. Stephon Castle took over the reins of running that offense, and he turned the ball over 11 times.
Well, they mentioned it too. The broadcast mentioned
repeatedly.
This is where Fox would be needed more than ever in this moment.
Repeatedly.
So.
And I don't bring this up simply because I'm a De'Aaron Fox fan. This is the strength of the Spurs. Yeah. This is how iconic the Spurs are. Fox is there to do what he does at an elite level next to Wemby for the next 2 or some odd years until Castle and Harper are truly ready. And you might want to go, well, look how Harper played last night. He's ready now. Okay. Well, he had a really good game. But why do the Spurs, who are the Spurs racing against? What clock are you putting on the San Antonio Spurs? There is no clock. They've got as much time as they could possibly want. What did you say their average age last night is?
22.9 years old.
What clock are we worried about?
Yeah.
You're stressing out about something in order to make an argument against De'Aaron Fox that has nothing to do with the Spurs currently now. And everybody in that Spurs organization, everybody in that locker room will tell you how essential Fox and Castle and Harper and Wemby and Barnes and Olynyk and every single piece of that team are to their ultimate success. The superpower of the Thunder, in addition to having SGA, is their depth. A team has now stepped to the table that can match and even beat the depth of the Thunder, and the Thunder have lost to them 5 out of 6 times.
Yeah, and this is a long series. We have plenty of games to play. This is only game 1. Like I said, I think there was a little rust on the Thunder, and the Spurs, credit to them, they took advantage of that. And that's what a smart team does. That's what a good team does. That's what a very competitive team does. So I think we're going to see this series go to the wire. I truly do.
Yeah.
I think that, first of all, it's best for the league if it does that. And give as much showcasing of this talent that you can.
Yeah.
Again, I wanted it to be the finals,
yeah,
but that's not how it works when you got the Western Conference that kind of dominates right now.
I don't believe at all that there's any chance in hell that the Spurs sweep. I don't. But if the Spurs go in and win game 2, does this get to 6 games? Because you have to give the Thunder 1, right?
Yeah, I mean, if they don't protect their home court at all,
they're not getting swept, right?
That would be like a whole turning point for where the league's going.
Yeah. Game 2 is an opportunity for the Thunder to send a message and to respond and clap back. And again, we'll talk to Rylan Stiles, Locked on Thunder at 11 o'clock. I think there's more than enough reason in Oklahoma City to have optimism. It took a generational Wemby performance, and they barely, and SGA didn't play that well, and they barely beat us in double overtime. We're going to be okay.
Right.
It's just glass half full, glass half empty. But then the Spurs could just counter and go, yeah, we weren't even at full strength though, pal. And Stephon Castle didn't play very well.
That's the thing. There's questions on both sides.
That's the power of depth, man. The power of depth.
That's what we like, though.
You can always talk yourself into that. That's where the league is going. AC wants to jump in. Hey, good morning, AC. Well, it's still morning, 10:22. Good morning, AC.
Hey, you guys. You pointed out a really good fact, which was the Spurs are a model franchise. And can you imagine if the Spurs had been run by Kings owners? What a disaster that would be.
Yeah, well.
Think about how long Pops was in the job of head coach and allowed them to ride through those bad times and then get those great draft picks, right? And I think that Wemby, of course, is a generational talent. It would have been awesome to have him. But because he's so good and he's got so much in his arsenal, the other players around him are just going to be better.
Yep.
And I hate to say this because I know you're a Fox fan. I know Chris Verlott's not. And I'm kind of 50-50 on Fox. He's the third best player on that team. Sorry.
Behind Castle or Harper in your mind?
Well, you can choose which one you want, but Stephon Castle maybe not be full-blown point guard capable, but Fox has the luxury of kicking back and taking shots when he wants, driving the hole when he wants. And the sad part is De'Aaron Fox was probably arguably the best player the Kings ever drafted, and sadly, he was the best player the Kings ever drafted.
Good point, AC. That's actually well put there towards the end. Look, I mean, I still think De'Aaron Fox is the second best player on this team right now. That if things go the way that the Spurs want it to go, and let's be honest with you with something too. If De'Aaron Fox does his job, because he's very much the mentor and the veteran of those two young point guards, and they've talked about that a lot. Like De'Aaron Fox, I'm not giving Fox the credit for how they've developed. I'm not doing that. But what I'm saying is if Fox does his job correctly, Stephon Castle should be the second best player, or Dylan Harper should be the second best player within the next year or two. But right now I still believe, and we saw again in the fourth quarter of that game, you can say that De'Aaron Fox gets to pick and choose when he has his moments. Everybody on that team does, right? That's again one of the parts.
That's what I was going to just say real quick. Is that I don't really like with some of like these situations because Wemby is by far the player, right? I mean, he's the best player on the team. But everybody else is really good in their roles. Like I can't really put like a 2-3 right now. Like I just am like, you just have to be in this situation good in your role when you have that dominating of a player.
Yeah, De'Aaron Fox's role is very much run the team, and then when it comes to fourth quarter time, settle everything down. And you could see how much the Spurs managed to survive it because Wemby was like talking about anything other than Victor Wembanyama feels disrespectful about last night's game. Truly, that's how good Wemby was. But you saw the Thunder had a chance to steal that game because the Spurs offensively really struggled in the fourth quarter and were not as organized. And the broadcast mentioned it a number of times, and they're absolutely right. You saw sometimes Stephon Castle or Dylan Harper dribbling the you-know-what out the basketball and wasting too much shot clock, resulting in a bad shot or a turnover because they don't have De'Aaron Fox out there to orchestrate. I'm not trying to make a mountain out of a molehill here. That is De'Aaron's role. That is what the Spurs turn to him in those moments. That's what makes him so effective. That's what makes him so brilliant. But to AC's point, again, if the Spurs are developing the way that they expect to develop, and if De'Aaron Fox is doing his job as the veteran of those two point guards, De'Aaron Fox should be the third or fourth best player on that team within a year or two. In reality. But he's not right now, and the Spurs are well on their way to winning a title. They look like they're going to get it done. Let's talk about the Thunder, though, because we've barely talked about Alex Caruso. And there's a little bit of a Sacramento Kings tie with Alex Caruso that I was reminded of last night while we were watching Caruso go for 31 points off the bench in OKC. We'll talk about that when we come back. Matt and Kayla are just getting started here on Sactown Sports.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And now everything's on sale during our Memorial Day event. Save up to $1,200 on mattresses, plus free delivery when you add a base. Ends Monday. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good life sleep.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/beat. That's ethos.com/beat. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Ready for a new truck? Folsom Chevy is truck country. From the mountains to the levee, think Folsom Chevy at the Folsom Auto Mall along Highway 50 between the Hazel and Folsom exits. Or go to folsomchevy.com.
May is here, and so is your excuse to hit the ballpark. The green and gold are bringing the energy all month long with fan-favorite bobbleheads, can't miss post-game fireworks, and a ballpark atmosphere you don't want to miss. Turn up for Sacramento Saturdays and bring the whole crew out for Stompin' Sundays, packed with kid-friendly fun, giveaways, and the opportunity for kids 14 and under to run the bases after the game. Enjoy big swings and bigger moments all May long in West Sacramento. Lock in your seats now at athletics.com/tickets.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It's the energy all around you.
Lightning and the thunder. Thunder.
The thrill of the moments to come. The flash of lights. The rush of pure exhilaration.
Thunder.
The roar of the crowd. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is. Live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento River Cats baseball all summer long. The River Cats Summer Pass gets you into every game this summer with no blackout dates and includes access to the Sky River Casino Solon Club. Lock it in and don't miss a moment. Get your River Cats Summer Pass at rivercats.com.
If you've ever endured a Sacramento summer and your air conditioner isn't exactly doing its job, oh man, how do you sleep at night? Turn on a big fan, kick off your sheets, even laying in front of an open refrigerator, which, by the way, is just weird. Nothing works. Not like an air conditioner that works. So right now, get yours professionally tuned up for as low as just $59. That way, you'll sleep the night away. Plumbing, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696-355.
It's time for your Sactown Scouting Report, breaking down the top prospects for the Sacramento Kings ahead of the 2026 NBA Draft.
Darius Acuff Jr., point guard, Arkansas.
Few guards in this draft offer the kind of upside Darius Acuff Jr. does. He can create shots, make tough offense look easy, and has the tools to become a featured scorer at the next level. But with that high-risk, high-reward profile, are the defensive concerns too significant to ignore?
Read the entire breakdown from Brendan Nunez right now at SactownSports.com. Presented by Power Business Technology. Copiers and printers for all your office needs. Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
I hope you just caught that Sactown Sports scouting report by Brendan Nunez. We're talking about Darius Acuff Jr. Of course, we're going to be talking about Darius Acuff Jr. today, and you're damn right we're going to be puffing out our chests a little bit and flexing a little bit, because now it's common knowledge around the league. Oh, the Sacramento Kings are interested in Darius Acuff Jr. He's high on their board, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, who's been talking about that since March? Who's been the first ones to report about that? Yeah, that would be us, and we have no problem taking that victory lap according to other people. But Brendan Nunez put together a phenomenal scouting report of Darius Acuff. He did a great one on Kingston Fleming's last week. He's dropping one every Tuesday and every Thursday, whether they're about specific players in that 7-pick range for the Kings or second round selections. He's got guys, profiles coming up, like names to keep an eye on for the 2 second-round picks that the Kings have coming up. Brendan puts his heart and soul into these. He is a hoop nut. Like, he is a guy that just dives into film. He loves this. He's obsessed with it. And he did a phenomenal job. So we'll talk about some of the things that Brendan Nunez pointed out in his Sactown Sports scouting report. Some absurd offensive numbers for Darius Acuff Jr. coming up during our lunch break segment at noon. At 11 o'clock, Rylan Stiles, Locked on Thunder, joins us to talk about how the Thunder bounce back from last night's Game 1 loss and prepare for Game 2. And at 1 o'clock, we'll talk about, are the Kings doomed in the West for years to come? And Kings fans have been hitting me up, Kayla, asking if they should potentially target Ade Mara out of Michigan, the 7'3" center out of Michigan. Plus, the Kings are attached to, or connected to loosely, another center who Scott Perry has ties with. We'll talk about that at some point in today's show. And, of course, Kayla's 2-minute drill, keeping you up to date on everything happening in football. But last night, Kayla, in addition to while we're watching Wemby go crazy and Dylan Harper having a phenomenal game and the arrival of the San Antonio Spurs, we watched Alex Caruso turn into freaking, I don't even know what he turned into.
Night.
Alex Caruso was sensational.
He was awesome.
31 points off the bench, 8 of 14 from 3, 2 steals. Yeah. Man.
It is fascinating sometimes when a player, and again, they didn't win the game. I mean, if they would have won the game, we would have given him even more flowers. But it's one of those things that sometimes, like a player, I just feel like they have it from the start.
Yeah.
And he really did with, again, SGA, and I'm talking about SGA's shooting night was not the best.
Right.
Especially, again, in the first half. For a guy like Caruso to come up and be able to really be that way from start to finish was impressive. Because, again, you do rely on your main players in these types of games. Yep. And he was able to come up big in terms of the point side of things.
Yeah, I remember when the Bulls got him.
Yeah.
Or sorry, when the Thunder got him from the Bulls.
Yeah.
I was mad for 2 reasons. The first reason was I was like, well, Thunder are unstoppable. Because Alex Caruso is the epitome of just that perfect role player. He's a dog on defense. He'll give his all on that side of the floor. And offensively, he's got a bag that he's not afraid to show off.
Right, and when it hits, it hits.
He showed it off a little bit in L.A. He got a little more opportunity to show it up in Chicago last year in the NBA Finals against the Indiana Pacers. Alex Caruso was essential to the Thunder beating the Pacers in that 7-game series. Caruso is a beast. And he's someone that I wanted in Sacramento for a long time. And he was nearly, Kayla, part of the Beam team. Nearly.
What happened?
The Kings and the Bulls had discussions, and the Bulls were strongly considering. This has been widely reported.
Okay.
Strongly considering Alex Caruso for the 13th pick in the 2024 draft. That 13th pick ended up being Devin Carter. Of course, the Bulls ended up going with the Josh Giddey package from the Thunder. Right choice for them. Very right move for the Thunder. The Kings were so close to adding Alex Caruso to that De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, Malik Monk Beam team.
Would have looked nice.
Oh my God, it would have been exactly what the Kings needed. Damn.
But they went for keeping the pick, huh?
But you see, no, the Kings didn't say no. The Kings offered it.
They offered it, and they
Bulls,
said no.
The Bulls pivoted. They took a better offer from OKC.
Right.
Josh Giddey is better than the 13th overall pick.
Okay, I agree.
And he's now like one of their future faces of their franchise, although the Bulls have a lot of work to do. Now, Josh Giddey has, of course, his own problems too. Carmichael Dave loves him. But that was a steal for the Thunder at the time. Even if they had to give up Josh Giddey, it was a steal for the Thunder, and he's proven it time and time again. He was phenomenal. And the Thunder are loaded with these guys that can step up, and that, to me, plus SGA playing better, is going to be crucial to them getting back in this series and picking up game 2.
Well, and then meanwhile, just going back to the Kings really quick, and we went, who was the caller, JR?
AC.
AC was the caller, yeah. He was mentioning, just how well the San Antonio Spurs have been run for years.
Yep.
And it does mean something when you have a coach that is there for so many years. There is a level of being able to find consistency and stability. And yes, they went through a little bit of a dip, but not much. They're back and they're doing what they've done in the past in terms of how the organization is going and how the team has formed and how they've formed that team. A little luck has played into that. They got Victor Wembanyama. Let's not kid ourselves. They fell into luck, but
sure.
Then you just mentioned
they tanked for him too.
Yeah, exactly. But
they still got lucky in the lottery.
Every team a little bit is doing that,
right?
But then you looked at Sacramento, like you said, in that 13th pick, and now we're talking about a guy. No shade on Devin, but we're talking about a guy that's probably not going to be on this team after next year.
I would imagine,
and hasn't contributed at all. To a way that is okay. This was a first-round worthy pick.
It's appropriate that we know the information that we know about the Kings try to trade 13 for Caruso, because I'm convinced the Kings were trying to trade that pick all the way up until the moment they had to make a selection, and they picked Devin Carter because he was best player available. Shoulder issue was what it was. He had to miss time.
Yeah.
GM gets fired. Now he's completely behind the 8 ball and had good moments, although some people are mad at Devin Carter for having some of those big scoring performances that led to the Kings winning too many games. I can't get mad at freaking Devin Carter.
He's got to do his job, man.
I can get mad at the circumstance, but Devin Carter going out there and going, why would I care about any future draft pick?
Devin Carter's got to do what he got to do.
And y'all didn't give me any opportunity, and I was your 13th pick. What the hell are you talking about? So I don't blame Devin Carter any bit for that. Hey, check this out really quick before we go to break. This is a report that came out today from Jeremy Woo of ESPN. Rival teams believe that the Milwaukee Bucks have been acting as if they will have several selections in this year's NBA draft. Again, that's from Jeremy Woo. Meaning more strength to the hope or optimism that the Bucks will get a Giannis trade done before draft night.
Interesting.
I'm still skeptical, but I'm optimistic, because I would love to see this happen before draft night, and it makes perfect sense that the Bucks would want to get this done before draft night because they want to pick up as many picks as possible in this generational draft to do it.
That's the thing.
They already have the 10th pick, and Kyle has a theory about the Heat will be the team, and they have the 13th pick, right, Kyle?
Yeah,
the Heat? Yeah, 13th pick.
That was where we talked about this yesterday really briefly. That's where I believe his landing spot will probably be. Makes the most sense. And again, that we don't know exactly what the package would be. There'd be a player included. I think Kyle had mentioned, who'd you mention, Kyle, that would be?
Tyler
the
Hero.
trade will be Tyler Hero,
yeah.
Davion Mitchell, Khalil Ware, the 13 pick, and then some
a haul of future picks.
Exactly.
Because none of those players, no disrespect, none of those players are even remotely close to the level of Giannis.
Right.
I don't even think it's really going to be a haul. I think it's probably going to be like pick swap in 29, a 2030 first.
You need to get something. You need to get at least 3 picks out of it, including the first in this year's. For Giannis as a small market team, you need to get something. If freaking Desmond Bane got 4 firsts, you can get something.
Yeah.
A team is going to be desperate enough to try and make a swing to acquire Giannis freaking Antetokounmpo.
Well, this is why the Giannis thing is so dumb, because they've lost all their leverage at this point. He's got 1 year left on the deal.
That's the problem with kicking the can down the road, but we shall see how that plays out. We'll take the break. When we come back, as much fun as I had watching the Thunder and Spurs last night, I then had my heart shattered as an Athletics fan with how A's versus Angels in Anaheim ended. We'll explain the crazy ending and heartbreak the A's suffered before Rylan Stiles from Locked On Thunder joins us at 11 o'clock. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Listen up, Niner gang. Sactown Sports is your local home for 49ers football, and we're here to level up your game day experience. Download the Sactown Sports app and tap the contest banner on the homepage for your chance to win a pair of tickets to the 49ers home opener this season. Don't wait. Download the Sactown Sports app today. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. After 15 years and over 50,000 cancellations, I can tell you with confidence, we know how to get you out of your timeshare. Call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit guide absolutely free with all your options for cancellation. Attorneys, this was meant to be funny, so please don't sue me, especially my friend Kenneth from Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-881-8686. That's 800-881-8686. 800-881-8686.
Today on the pod, we're talking to Joan, a method actor and scratchers enthusiast. So, Joan, what do you like about playing scratchers?
Well, as a method actor, it's about becoming the ticket. Scratching up, down, stage left, stage right.
So what's your motivation? Because your performance feels so real.
Oh, I was just tapping into my inner scratchers.
Incredible.
Yes. Bravo me.
Scratchers from the California Lottery. A little play can make your day. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 years or older to purchase player claim.
At Power Business Technology, we're not another big box corporation. We're your neighbors. Locally owned and operated. We know what businesses like yours need. From reliable printers to high performance copiers, we'll help you find the right solution with personal service you just can't get online. Need setup or support? We're just down the road and always happy to help. Power Business Technology, family hometown service with big time solutions. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729 or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Sacramento! Now you've got a place for all things dance.
The all-new Energy 100.5 HD2.
Where dance music lives. Dance vibes anytime and any place when you get the free Now 100.5 app.
Or listen at 100.5 HD2.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
Way too uplifting music with the topic we're about to talk about. Get Down on It, Kool and the Gang. Normally another Kool and the Gang song plays after a certain athletics victory. Of course, that's Kool and the Gang's Celebration, the famous victory song of the A's in Oakland for many years. But no victory song for the A's last night. JT Ginn, starting pitcher for the Athletics, pitched a gem last night in Anaheim. He had a no-hitter going into the ninth inning. A no-hitter! And then to the first batter, Adam Frazier gives up a single. No-hitter broken. A's are still up 1-0. Yep. Mark Kotsay decides to keep him in. Keep him in there. Let him finish this game out. He can still get his complete game shutout. He He had thrown 104 pitches or 100-something pitches at the time, which is a lot. He then gives up a walk-off 2-run home run to Zach Neto. And that's it. That's all she wrote. Angels get the victory. 105 total pitches for JT Ginn. 10 total strikeouts. And he has a no-hitter. Broken up, and then gives up a walk-off in the same inning to the first 2 batters he faces. Brutal. What a brutal way to lose a game.
And this is against an Angels team
That's
that
not good.
Let's just say this. They're the worst team, if not one of the worst teams in the league right now. And coming off of that disappointing series at home that we talked about yesterday against the Giants, where you only took 1 out of 2 at Sutter Health Park, I was hoping for a little bit of a bounce back, going on the road against a weaker opponent, but it just was not in the cards for the A's last night. This is the moment now. What are we in? End of May? So we're hitting June time. So we've got about a month or so left, a little more than a month before, we hit the kind of the break period. So this is definitely the time not to start sliding. What was the month that the A's slid?
May last year.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But it was already way worse than this.
Worse. Yeah, it was the whole entirety of May.
Almost the entire May they lost.
Exactly.
They went 1-20.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is wild to think about. Can we look real quick? What are they at right now in the month of May?
I can check for you.
They were 1-20.
Yeah, 1 in the month of May. So
How is that even possible, man?
It was 1 loss away from breaking the record.
Yeah, it was a disastrous month. As of right now, the A's, so they were 17-14 at the end of April, and they are now 23-24.
Okay.
So they've lost 10 games, and they've won, 7? No, 6. 6. So they're 6-10 in May. Not great, but
that's better than 1.
Better than it was.
That is interesting, though, the month of May. Like, maybe it's a thing. The month of May.
It's my birthday month. Why is it? It can't be a thing.
Well, it's
In
our
2024, I think they also had a bad month of May.
Okay.
That's
Come
what
on,
I'm
damn it.
saying. I'm like,
What do we do?
Is this like a theme?
Don't do this to me.
Theme for them?
Man, the Kings never get to play basketball in May, and now the A's suck in May. It is really my fault.
So they got the Angels, right? They've got the Angels series.
They got the Angels now.
Followed up by.
Then they end their road trip in San Diego against the Padres.
That's right. And then the Mariners.
Then they have the
here.
Mariners and Yankees in Sacramento, West Sacramento.
Interesting. Those will be 2 good series.
So Mark Kotsay, I'm not saying he's getting killed for it by any means, but he's certainly getting some criticism for you should have taken JT Ginn out the game yesterday after his no-hitter was broken up, then putting your closer in, because it's still a 1-0 ball game. Like, if you're up 5-0, like, then let him finish it out. But you're only up 1-0. Like, close this win out. It's more important than him getting his complete game shutout. Had JT Ginn continued on his tear, gotten 3 outs, and A's had won 1-0, then, of course, no one would make a stink about it. But if we're going to make a stink about anything, it's the fact that, again, A's offense, your pitcher, and your pitching is your weakness. Your pitcher almost had a complete game shutout. Went 8 innings before giving up a hit. You got to give him more support than just 1 damn run.
I know.
You can't let the Angels have a chance to win that game.
And that's the thing. It's like they're obviously a team that can hit.
Right.
And the pitching has been better, but it's not something that you usually rely on. So it's like in those moments, why can't you just have 2 of them going?
Yeah, that's what's so painful.
Like, why can't we both be working at the same time with this team?
They had 7 hits, so it's not like it was terrible in that sense. They just didn't score anybody. They left 11 runners on base. It's just not situational hitting was bad.
That is my pet peeve in baseball, which I love the sport. Covering it in particular, like when you're there and you're watching them just strand runners time after time again and miss opportunities. It's like that is definitely like one of those things you have to figure out.
That was the boon of the A's in their World Series, or what we thought would be a World Series run when it was Chapman and Olsen and that team, was they were terrible with runners in scoring position for some reason. Like, because they hit
the worst thing to be bad at.
They hit a ton of home runs,
right.
so that's how they scored. But when they situational hitting,
runners.
Last night 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position.
It's not gonna cut it.
Brent Rooker went 0 for 1. Hernandez went 0 for 1. Butler went 1 for 1. Nick Kurtz had 2 different opportunities with runners in scoring position, went 0 for 2. Like, what's so frustrated. If I'm Ginn, I'm fuming, not just because I lost the game and not just because I blew a no-hitter opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fuming because, like,
no run support.
In the stat column, that goes down as a loss for him.
Yeah.
He pitched
when he pitches
beyond
you know what out.
Beyond well enough to win, and the record is going to show that as a loss. Those are little numbers that in the grand scheme of things don't matter that much. That would infuriate me as a pitcher.
But for pitchers, I will tell you this, how particular they are, and believe me, if you've ever met a pitcher, and I'm meaning this in the nicest way, they're weird. They're weird as you know what. Like, for a pitcher, that, like, is a head game because it's something that they work extremely hard for, like you just said. Almost a no-hitter.
Brutal. What a brutal.
Rip your heart out. You got this one tonight.
And bounce back against the Angels tonight. It is a 4-game series, so
yes.
The A's.
And the Giants got, I think, clobbered, I believe. Or they clobbered I can't remember which way it was.
I'll be completely honest with you.
I was watching, let me see.
I have no clue.
I think the Diamondbacks
I should have known
clobbered them, but I could be wrong.
Yeah,
I was
12-2 they lost.
Yeah, I was watching basketball last night, but I believe I saw the score and I was like,
I had no
the Giants got whooped.
No clue. Again, San Francisco, well, I'm glad they got right in West Sacramento so they could go and get pelted by the Diamondbacks. Yeah, 12 runs, 12-2, the final score, 16 hits.
Woof.
The Giants also had 3 errors in this game.
Only the Rockies have a worse record in the National League than the Giants.
Brutal.
Tony Vitello, I'm telling you, things are going to start to heat up with, I'm not saying he's going to lose his job by any means, but there's going to be a lot of people who are going to start talking.
Hey, at least Willie Adames homered, huh?
He's been hitting a little better, I think.
Oh, wow, what a low
Is he Gatorade Man? I'm trying to remember. Alan calls him Gatorade Man?
I think
as long
Adames
as he
is.
knows how many outs there are when he's on base, that's the most important thing.
I forgot about that conversation the other day.
Man. Yikes. Yeah, sad day for our Northern California baseball teams, but thankfully we had the great Western Conference Finals game to distract us, and we're going to go back to talking about that Western Conference Finals game here in a few minutes. A friend of mine, Rylan Stiles from Locked On Thunder, is going to join us to break down how that game one went, the reaction to that game one, what the nerves are, the panic level in Oklahoma City, and how they're feeling going into a, of course, pivotal game 2. We also have Cavs-Knicks game 1 tonight to preview. Tough act to follow, boys.
I know, right? It's like, okay, Knicks, you've had your time off. And by the way, they've had some time off.
So
that's the one I'm interested in and how slow of a start it could be for the Knicks.
So I looked it up. The Thunder had basically a week off. They played last Monday, and then, of course, they played last night, Monday night. So they had basically a full week off.
Okay.
And, I mean, I wouldn't say it affected them in any kind of way, positively or negatively. The last game that the Knicks played was their 144-114 win over Philly to sweep that series. That was on Sunday the 10th. Mm-hmm. So it's been 9 days.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about.
9 days since the Knicks have last played a basketball game.
And Matt, I'll just say one more time. In terms of the offense they were playing, and how much of a motor it was, I should say. It was going. 9 days off is a long time. So all I'm saying is they might be a little bit let's rusty today.
Let's press pause on that and rejoin or get back to that conversation at 11:28 because I want to ask you and think about your response over the next couple of segments. Is that worse because it cooled down their offense, or better but because their offense has so much tempo to it that they got some rest to now be able to pick that tempo back up? We'll look at both sides of that coin after Rylan Stiles of Locked On Thunder joins us next. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
I love days like these at the pool, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. I'm ready to make a splash with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza. Skyrizi is a prescription-only injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. At 4 months, most people saw 90% clearer skin when measured from head to toe, and many were even 100% plaque-free. People also saw significant improvement in psoriasis symptoms of pain, redness, itching, and burning.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Now there's nothing on my skin thanks to Skyrizi, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action, but please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
No way. Gas prices shot up again.
I know, but I got us covered.
So generous. What's your deal?
What's my deal? I went to Metro and saved. Got 4 lines for just $25 each and 4 free new Samsung Galaxy A17 5G phones, and all on the T-Mobile network.
How about we go to Metro today?
Get that more for your money feeling. Visit your Metro by T-Mobile store. Just bring your numbers. Not available if you've been with Metro or T-Mobile in the past 180 days.
KHD HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140. It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
The Oklahoma City Thunder certainly don't feel like winners today, but we were all winners as basketball fans getting to watch that epic Game 1 between the Spurs and the Thunder. We were talking about San Antonio versus Oklahoma City meeting in the playoffs since their first meeting in the NBA Cup. And we're getting it. And it's lived up to the hype so far. We're efforting getting Rylan Stiles from Locked On Thunder on the show. Rylan's been a friend of mine for a long time, and he's been living large over there. He had to pay for it for a while. Let me tell you, Rylan was grinding on the daily podcast grind for years with the Thunder being as bad as they were. Now he's reaping the benefits, but here come the big bad San Antonio Spurs to steal their crown, and Rylan Stiles joins us now here on Sactown Sports. Rylan, my friend, what's the panic level in Oklahoma City after last night's epic Game 1 between the Thunder and Spurs?
I think that it's got to be around at least a 6.5 or a 7. I mean, this team has dropped Game 1s before, but never like that. They've dropped Game 1 to Denver and to Indiana in games in which the Thunder played the best basketball for 90% of it and then choked it away late. In this game, they had no chance to win for the majority of the contest, and then somehow Alex Caruso miraculously tries to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat, and they have it in their clutches in overtime, and then they let go of the rope again. And so it is a situation where, look, whenever teams tell you who they are, you've got to believe them. The Spurs have told you for 6 games they're better than the Oklahoma City Thunder, and until proven otherwise, that's got to be the mantra around this town, around San Antonio, and around the NBA. San Antonio has simply been the better team.
Yeah, Rylan Stiles with us of Locked On Thunder. That's the curious thing, right? Because they've seen each other during the regular season, and the Spurs just seem to have their number. Do you look at that being a matchup thing? Do you look at that as being just a coincidence thing? Because at this point, you can't really think about that as being a coincidence thing.
Yeah, it's certainly a matchup problem. I mean, Chet Holmgren has truly made a leap this season. He's going to, I think, make third-team All-NBA. He's obviously going to be on the all-defensive team. He's obviously an all-star. And the first two series of this postseason, he played his best basketball of his career, even after he anchored a championship team last year defensively. But when he takes on these San Antonio Spurs, they just get inside of his head to the point where he reverts back to all of the worst parts about his game, and he is a non-factor against San Antonio, and that's a big matchup problem. The Spurs guards also, they do not mind the Thunder's ball pressure, and you can't say that about any of the 28 other teams in the NBA. The Thunder have lived off of the ball pressure they can apply to guards. Harper, he doesn't care. Castle, he doesn't care. And they didn't even see Fox yesterday. So there are some tough matchups on top of the fact that San Antonio has great point-of-attack defenders to slow down Shea.
Rylan, we've been debating and going back and forth with like a glass half full, glass half empty way of looking at this. If I'm a Thunder fan today, I'm trying to talk myself into, okay, we nearly snatched victory from the jaws of defeat in that game. Is Wemby going to go for 40 and 20 again? SGA wasn't the best version of himself. Chet can be a lot better, and we're the defending champions for a reason. So we'll bounce back on our home floor in game 2. At least that's how I'd be talking myself up as a Thunder fan, to which Spurs fan can then just turn around and go, yeah, but we beat you, and we were missing our starting point guard and one of our max players in De'Aaron Fox. Where do you lean on in terms of that glass half full, glass half empty look at game 2?
I think that the biggest point of comfort has to be the fact that you knew this was going to be a long series. And I think that both sides felt coming into this series it would be a long series. So if you do want to win in 7 games, I predict Oklahoma City to win in 7. You got to lose 3 games at some point, and they lost one in pretty embarrassing fashion because of how poor they played for most of it, and because they let go of the rope down up 3 late in that first overtime. But ultimately, you look back at that game, and who played well? Jada played well. Caruso played excellently. You're never going to get that Caruso performance again, but there's 2 players on this team that is supposedly the best team in basketball, supposedly the deepest team in basketball. There's 2 players that played up to their level and played with a passing grade. You would expect that this team will play better than they did in game 1. I think that if you're Oklahoma City, you're really going to try to envision a world in which they can finally learn the lessons. And to their credit, they did learn the lessons of dropping a game 1 against Denver, and then how important it is in the playoffs to play your best basketball for 48 minutes. They had to learn on the fly how to win in the playoffs last year, and did so to win a championship. This year, they've got to learn how to attack Wemby. I mean, this team is predicated upon mid-range jumpers and getting to the rim, and they are petrified of Wembanyama in the paint. They don't even attempt to go after him. And until they fix that problem, then, yeah, they will be looking bleak in this series.
When it comes to SGA, and we just spoke about this right before this segment, like the Oklahoma City Thunder had about a week off, and I know sometimes too much is played into, there's a little bit of rust or whatever, but with SGA, in terms of how he came out in that first half, he had one of his, I think, worst shooting performances in a few years in that first half in terms of the postseason. Was there any rust with SGA that you saw in that first half especially?
Yeah, I think that it was even less so rest, which is probably the discouraging part for Oklahoma City, and more so just he got out of character. And it's so rare to see him get out of character because his whole life is consistent. But you look at what he was trying to do against the Spurs. He was way too passive. He did not want to get to his spots or even attempt to get to his spots. And luckily, Alex Caruso made him look smart for it, because Caruso bombed away from beyond the arc, and so it generates a ton of assists. But this has got to be a series where Shea is comfortable taking difficult shots and not making the exact right basketball play. Because as you guys know, in the playoffs, you're not going to get great looks all the time. Sometimes in the playoffs, your best basketball play is your superstar, your MVP, taking an extremely difficult shot and it going in. And I think that Shea saw that down the stretch of the game. You saw at the end of the fourth quarter. You saw in the first overtime, Shea get way more comfortable just attacking. He's got to carry that for 48 minutes now, and he knows he has to be better. And I think that is one of the bigger points of comfort for Oklahoma City is in a star-driven league, your stars didn't show up, and theirs had a career night, and it went to double overtime.
Kind of building off of that a little bit, Rylan, we're talking to Rylan Stiles, host of the Locked On Thunder podcast after last night's epic Game 1, which was a loss for Oklahoma City, by the way. We've seen the criticisms thrown towards SGA have always been kind of marred in a little more like sour grapes than they've been legitimate criticisms when talking about the foul baiting and things of that nature, even comparisons to James Harden, Rylan, which I think is absolutely absurd. But if depending upon how this series goes, if Victor Wembanyama quite literally snatches the mantra of MVP from the hands of SGA in this series, do you think that changes a little bit how some people in even Oklahoma City may look at him as the franchise guy?
Yeah, I don't think that it'll change how Oklahoma. I know it will not change how Oklahoma City views SGA. I think that the bottom line is that you do have to put respect on Wemby. Shea's still a great player. He's still going to be an all-time great for this era. He's still deserving of the MVP award, a regular season award. But the bottom line is nobody can impact the game, not even the golden boy Nikola Jokic. Nobody can impact the game like Wemby. What Wemby did last night, where Shea has a step back on the opposite baseline of Wemby, a step back that creates separation from his point of attack defender. Wemby comes from the opposite low block all the way around the paint and around the baseline and blocks the shot. Like, nobody can do that on planet Earth. The person who can match Wemby and who can match up with Wemby has not been born yet, because we've never seen a human like Wemby before. So if Wemby continues this trajectory and he does dominate this series and have his impact be felt on both ends, it says less about Shea and more about the NBA, that the entire landscape of basketball will be ran by Wembanyama.
We were speaking about we wanted a good, Western Conference Finals, a good Eastern Conference Finals, with how the two games in particular leading into these rounds kind of ended. How much do you think that fans, even the casual NBA fan, are going to get a little bit of a boost to watching some basketball with this series in particular?
Yeah, I think that this is why you suffer through a lot of the tanking discourse and tanking teams, is because you eventually get to the end and you get to this kind of a epic game between these two teams. And this is going to be a fun series no matter who wins. I think that last night was an instant classic. As somebody had to lose, it was Oklahoma City that lost, but it was still a classic game. And the parallels between, the shot that Wemby hit, the shot that Steph hit in that building, in that same spot, it's remarkable theater. And so I think that the fans will kind of be rejuvenated with their love of basketball if they had all got dissuaded by all the talking points about how what a bad way the league is in right now. I think that this series will kind of refresh everybody.
Rylan, going back to something you said, there's not a player born yet that can match up with Victor Wembanyama. I understand that sentiment completely with how much of a alien he is. But Chet Holmgren is one of those guys that looked at as if there's somebody that could potentially have a chance or impact the game in a similar way, or match up with Wemby in a way that like a Rudy Gobert simply cannot, maybe it is Chet Holmgren. How much are the Thunder looking to him? I mean, 8 points, 8 rebounds in 41 minutes or whatever it was last night. How much are the Thunder looking for him to become more of a difference maker in this series and step up to, at the very least, make Wemby's life as difficult as you possibly can?
I think that, Matt, that's the only thing that Chet did well yesterday. The only thing he did well was whenever he finally got matched onto Wemby and the Thunder stopped with the whole guarding Wemby with J.W. Caruso gimmick. Whenever Chet got matched up with Wemby, he got multiple stops on Wemby, and the one bucket that Wemby had was around Chet, his most difficult make of the game, which, hey, you know what? Chet's not a Wemby stopper. Newsflash, nobody's a Wemby stopper.
Right.
But at least Chet makes him work for buckets that nobody else on this roster can. And like to your point, few others in the NBA can make him work to that degree. I mean, getting the block at the rim whenever Wemby went up for the dagger dunk, and then blocking his potential game winner at the end of the fourth quarter. But even prior to that, he made him miss a mid-range jumper. He made him miss a layup. And then, Wemby did get him one time on a great move to work around him. But Chet's the only guy who physically can contest a Wemby shot. You look at that shot that Wemby hit, the real dagger in the second overtime against J-Dub. J-Dub was working his butt off, and you can't ask J-Dub to do any more than that. He did everything within the bounds of the rule book, short of fouling Wemby with a flagrant foul to force him to miss. And Wemby still made it because you just physically cannot deter a guy who's 7'6" as a 6'6" wing. So I think that the Thunder do have to let Chet defend Wemby a lot more. That was the only thing that Chet did worth anything in game one. He was not very good on the glass at all. He had his rebounds bobbled away by guards. He went up soft at the rim and got blocked by Devin Vassell from 2 feet out. Like, he did not do anything well besides match up with Wemby, and you've got to let him defend Wemby, I think.
Jalen, Jalen Williams, back in the lineup after being out to start the playoffs. And I think because we've talked about so much other stuff and Caruso's big night and everything, and Wemby, rightfully so, that Jalen Williams kind of hasn't been talked about a lot in his return, but 26 points. He had some rebounds there. How big is it to get a guy back like that for this part of the playoffs?
Yeah, it is huge. And you saw that Oklahoma City, that now they did not finish the job, but they got a lot of runouts. They got a lot of transition opportunities offensively. They just so happened to combine that with their absolute worst transition finishing game of this core's career together, dating back to 2024, whenever this thing really started to ascend. But they usually are great in transition offense, and J-Dub sparked a lot of that. Also, getting back your second best shot creator, and last night he was your first best shot creator, because when you look at Caruso, he scored 31 points. The Spurs let him score 30 points. He didn't have to create much. J-Dub was the best guy at creating a shot because Shea just did not have it for the majority of the night. Having that kind of safety net, having that release valve, and whenever you do see SGA start to get into a groove, which, given the caliber of player Shea is, you expect that'll happen at some point in this series. When you do see that start to click, it allows you to kind of protect Shea. It's kind of like hitting a great hitter after another, the 3 and 4 in the lineup of baseball. Like, you're protecting Shea and the coverage you can give to Shea if you have J-Dub, and if you have J-Dub creating shots and being his own offensive engine, to where you have to spread a defense thin at that point. They've got to kind of pick their poison when those two guys are together on the floor. So what he does offensively, and especially what he does defensively to generate turnovers and deflections and get possessions late in the shot clock, which San Antonio was great at nailing late shot clock threes. Those were backbreakers for Oklahoma City. But how many more times are they going to get that kind of shot variance luck at the end of shot clocks? A lot of those late shot clock possessions were started by J-Dub's deflections. All those things are huge for Oklahoma City.
Rylan, how much did the Thunder want this series with San Antonio? Because if there's any team that could possibly claim they have the edge over OKC, and if there's a team to give the Thunder a chip on their shoulder, it is this Spurs team. Did they want this smoke even after what happened in Game 1?
Yeah, I think that this team was confident heading into this series, and I think that they were excited for the challenge. I do think that OKC wouldn't have – I don't think that anyone would have minded, right, not having to play the number 2 seed in the West. I think that if you're the 1 seed, you're hoping for the best path for the Thunder, that they got the best path possible to the West Finals, and now one tough series stands in their way. I personally think that this is a bad matchup for Oklahoma City, but the people in that building, they have the utmost confidence, and they should as the defending champions. So I think that they were ready for the smoke. I just think that you're seeing why it's such a tumultuous series for Oklahoma City, and why, if they do win this series, it'll take being back here for a Game 7.
Well, with saying that, too, it's just crucial, in a couple days for them to be able to bounce back with them being at home. It's like, how big is that to not overstate, getting that at home before they go back on the road?
Yeah, I think that this is why, on top of the fact that you've won one game in a race to 4 for San Antonio, this is another reason why winning Game 1 was so huge, because you felt confident in San Antonio doing the job of the underdog and splitting one of these 2 games. Like, San Antonio's just that good of a team. But to do it in Game 1, it puts all the pressure on Oklahoma City in Game 2. The Thunder have to win Game 2, or else this series is as good as over for Oklahoma City, and their title defense is as good as over for Oklahoma City if they lose Game 2 at home. And I think that, whenever you look at this Thunder team, it's going to be interesting to see how they handle the pressure of they're the only team with any consequence if they lose. If the Spurs lose this series, nobody's going to clown the Spurs. Nobody's going to worry about the Spurs. They're going to applaud the Spurs if they lose this series, because if they lose this series, they'll have done it in 6 or 7 games in Wemby's first ever playoff run. If the Thunder lose this series, it is going to be front page news and a laughing stock. There's a lot of pressure on Oklahoma City on that front. There's also a lot of pressure to not go out and get down 0-2 and then head to San Antonio, which that place will be a frenzy in San Antonio on the road no matter what happens in Game 2. So the Thunder have a lot of pressure on them, and especially this is their last chance to control the narratives, honestly. If you go out there and you win Game 2, you can kind of breathe a sigh of relief and then move forward with the series. If you lose Game 2, I'm sorry, the narratives, it's out of our control of how to spin the narratives. The narratives are what they are. Chet's not going to be good against San Antonio. The Spurs own the Thunder. Wemby owns the Thunder. Whatever you'd want to say would be applicable at that point. They would have won 6 out of 7 games against Oklahoma City. How much more proof would you need at that point? So they do have to kind of dig in and play for pride at some point in Game 2, you can argue, of just, hey, get the split, go to San Antonio, do your job in San Antonio, and then come back for a pivotal Game 5, which will end up deciding the series.
Rylan Stiles, the host of Locked On Thunder, joining us. No relation, as far as I know, to our own Alan Stiles here at Sactown Sports. Rylan, are we watching the birth of the next great rivalry, not just that will dominate the league for the next handful of years, but the next great rivalry in the history of the NBA, OKC versus San Antonio, knock on wood, assuming both sides are able to stay healthy and intact?
Yeah, assuming health, I think that you're absolutely right, because the thing about this series is I know that people have – I've seen Mavericks fans who are in my comment section just parading around that the Thunder have lost a game to the Spurs. Back in my day, the Mavericks hated the Spurs back in my day. But I know it's fun right now to rally around like, see, the Thunder are beatable. The Thunder are beatable if you're San Antonio. Right. The Thunder have not shown any sort of give against any other team not named San Antonio. So the Thunder are going to be fine moving forward as long as they can avoid San Antonio. And the San Antonio Spurs have not presented any sort of give really against any team. But Oklahoma City, I think, can still make it tough on them in this series. I think that this series goes 7 games, and it does prove to be a birthing ground of no matter who wins the series, they're going to be back at each other's throat next year and the year after and the year after. And I do think that because of these two teams coming of age at the same time, no matter if this is the last time they ever truly see the bracket shake out where they play each other, because so many things can happen, I do think that in 10 years from now, we'll decide we'll kind of measure the success of the Spurs and the success of the Thunder based upon who won more in this era, because if the Thunder can rattle off more wins or the Spurs can rattle off more wins, they'll be linked together for a long time, I think.
Rylan, I'm aware of how disrespectful this may be to the East and to my boy Mike Brown, head coach of the New York Knicks, but this feels like the NBA Finals to me. These two teams, it feels like whoever's coming out of the West is going to be a champion, especially if the Cleveland Cavaliers somehow are able to come out of the East, and I do intend disrespect towards them and that team because I'm not a believer in that team. But are you in agreement? Like, does this feel like the NBA Finals the same way we've seen Western Conference Finals certainly feel that way in the past?
Yeah, I'm 100% on board with that idea. I think that the styles make fights in the playoffs, and the Thunder or Spurs match up great with New York. The Thunder or Spurs match up even better with Cleveland. Yeah. Like they just have so many matchup advantages with the two remaining teams in the East that I would be stunned if either one of these two teams actually lose the finals once they get past each other in the West Finals. Now, it could look interesting because if you play a 7-game series against either side, like both sides play physical defense, both sides will beat each other up as this series progresses. Yes, they might drop a couple of games that they shouldn't drop because they played a 7-game series, and maybe New York takes care of Cleveland in 5 games. But ultimately, to win 4 out of 7, Cleveland, New York, they cannot do it against San Antonio or OKC.
Rylan, we appreciate you making the time, my friend. I'm wishing you guys the best of luck in Game 2, although I'm not going to lie to you, Rylan. You might hate me for this. Is why I said this at the end of the interview. I've been low-key rooting for the Spurs, of course. But I don't hate on your Thunder the same way people are hating on your Thunder and your boy SGA. Best of luck. Enjoy this series, man. I think we're seeing the start of something really special and incredible between these two teams in the NBA. And being another team in the Western Conference looking up at these two juggernauts, man, it makes you feel small, let me tell you. But I appreciate you making the time here on the show today, and we'll do it again really, really soon, all right?
Anytime, man. You'll always have that 7-gamer against Golden State. Hopefully this series will go as good as that one.
Oh, that was unnecessary. See, that was a barb. Rylan knew what he was doing there. Appreciate you, Rylan. The great Rylan Stiles. If you have any interest at all in the Oklahoma City Thunder, daily coverage of Thunder basketball over on the Locked On Thunder podcast. Ryland's been in the grind on that podcast for years, has been a friend of mine for many, many years. Interesting, though, that perspective. He says it's a 6 out of 10 in terms of the panic meter, but I would have thought the number was higher based off of how he was talking about it. It's not like he was writing the Thunder off, but he was very much like, I don't know if they can beat the Spurs.
He straight up said when I asked him, like, is this a matchup issue? And he straight up said, this is a matchup issue, but yet I'm confident that they can get it done still in Game 7. So that's interesting.
The Thunder, their superpower is their depth.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one team last year that could match them in terms of that depth, and they beat them in 7 games. That was the Pacers. Now the Thunder are a little more established and a better team than the Pacers in terms of depth. No disrespect to the Pacers, but it is what it is. Like, with a generational player in Victor Wembanyama has now come to the table, and it's like, man, you got to beat a team at your own game now, versus the Thunder have been so dominant. One thing that Ryland said there that I think was absolutely correct is anybody that's not a Spurs fan, or even a Pacers fan to some extent because of how close they were, talking ish to the Thunder, like, oh, see, you're unbeatable, or you're not unbeatable. Man, we're unbeatable by your team.
Exactly.
We're just not unbeatable by this generational Spurs squad that has been built primarily to counteract what the Thunder are doing in the West. So I'm anxious to see how they respond in Game 2. But if the Spurs go into OKC and win Game 2, whew. Ryland's right. The narrative's going to get loud.
He even said, he was like, because the Spurs took that Game 1, and you know, obviously the Thunder can come back, you know, in 2 days and get that win and then go back and see what they can do on the road. But, I mean, he said it too. He was like, if they lose Game 2, like, he feels they're out. Like, that it's over. That's what he said.
You can be a part of the show by calling in 916-339-1140. You can also call that number, or text that number. And you can also be a part of the show on the YouTube comment section, where Kimberly is expressing her belief in the Thunder. Kimberly is very confident that the Thunder will win Game 2, that SGA will bounce back and play better. I like the confidence from Kimberly. I don't know if Thunder fans have the same level of confidence, but we'll see. We'll see. They're the defending champs. You haven't beaten them yet.
They've done it before.
They've lost a game.
Yeah.
It's literally the first game they've lost all playoffs. To count them out, regardless of how good Wemby was last night, to count them out would be foolish.
And we're acting like every game Wemby's going to put up, like yes, Wemby is
40 and 20.
But that's insanity. Like, I truly felt like watching Shea get the MVP award. Like, Wemby's just built different, right? I mean, he's an alien, for gosh sakes.
40 and 20.
That's insane.
40 and 20, and they barely escaped.
Right.
Like, and I don't mean that disrespectfully to the Spurs at all. I mean that in terms of, if you can pull life out of Game 1 from a Thunder standpoint, it's that. I know they're going to get De'Aaron Fox back. Mark Spears reported that
did he?
They're hopeful, optimistic that Fox will play in Game 2. But you can play. All your top guys can play better.
I think SGA is going to play much better. I believe he just was off in that first half, and it was unfortunate because you couldn't be.
I definitely understand. There's probably a feeling in OKC of we wasted a generational performance from Alex Caruso.
Yeah.
Like, we might ever get a performance like that again. One, Caruso's still going to be a very good, very impactful player. We've seen that time and time again. So maybe he won't score 30, but he's going to be really, really good. Number one. Number two, if I'm the Thunder, I'm recognizing that that disappointment. But again, I'm looking at the rest of my group, and I'm looking at my top guys and knowing, okay, SGA can certainly play better. Jalen Williams can certainly play better. Chet Holmgren can certainly play better. It doesn't have to be a wasted Caruso game. It doesn't have to be that. Like, the Thunder can absolutely play better.
Yeah, I think Chet has a lot on him too.
Ooh,
I mean,
boy.
we just heard him kind of break down that, and you know, Chet should get angry.
Yeah.
Like, he should want to come back in this second game and be like, okay, I'm going to get this one.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see
he's been important to
how
them.
in attack mode he is, and how in attack mode SGA is, based off of how these games went. We'll take the break. When we come back, we do have a basketball game tonight. It's just out east. The Cleveland Cavaliers versus the New York Knicks. Game 1. We'll preview that next. Kayla will answer the question that I asked going into this last break, which is, with the style of play and the pace of the Knicks offense, Does having 10 days off benefit the Knicks in terms of they get the rest and their legs back to run that high-tempo offense? Or does it hurt them because they've been on fire and now they've cooled off a little bit? Kayla and I will discuss that next. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Looking for a new truck? Looking to save money? At Folsom Chevy, they can help you with both. Get Memorial Day savings now. Every new 2026 Trax in stock going for $3,500 under MSRP. Great price and great mileage. For General Manager Eric Wilson and his team, it starts and stops with you and your experience. Hop on Highway 50, Folsom Chevy, between the Hazel and Folsom exits at the Folsom Auto Mall, or go to folsomchevy.com. From the mountains to the levee, think Folsom Chevy.
Today on the pod, we're talking to Megan, trapeze artist and scratchers enthusiast. So, Megan, what do you like about playing scratchers?
Well, they're easy to play when I'm hanging around.
Oh, okay. Like when you're relaxing?
No, like when I'm hanging on the trapeze. I swing upside down, then do a quadruple somersault, all while playing scratchers. Watch this. Ta-da!
Unbelievable.
I know, right?
Scratchers from the California Lottery. A little play can make your day. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 years or older to purchase player claim.
The Travel Guys, new on KHTK 1140 every Saturday at 11 a.m.
We'll make you a smarter traveler. Tips you can use on the road and at the airport, plus reports from top consumer advocates.
The Travel Guys, 11 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento! Now you've got a place for all things dance.
The all-new Energy 100.5 HD2.
Where dance music lives. Dance vibes anytime and any place when you get the free Now 100.5 app.
Or listen at 100.5 HD2.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729. Or visit us at powercopiers.com.
If you're serious about getting better at golf, start with the fit. At Hagen Oaks, everything begins with Total Game Fitting. The TrackMan Player Performance Studio analyzes your swing to match you with the right clubs. Ping's Ballnamic Fitting helps you find the golf ball for your game. The Hagen Oaks Putter Fitting Studio helps you roll it true. And with FootJoy's 3D foot scanner, you'll walk the course in shoes that actually fit. From driver to putter and even what's on your feet, Hagen Oaks fits every part of your game. Total Game Fitting, only at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at Business 80.
A.m. to 2 p.m. Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
We got Brendan Nunez in the studio with us. He was up late last night finishing his Darius Acuff scouting report, the Sactown scouting report that you can check out now on SactownSports.com, the Sactown Sports app. A deep dive into Darius Acuff Jr.
I'm putting that in my read tonight.
We'll talk about that more coming up at noon during the lunch break. He already put one out about Kingston Flemings. On Thursday, he's dropping ones about guards in the second round to keep an eye out for.
Interesting that he talked to us about two in particular that he said, you never know, they could end up even being some of the best guards.
Boy, I don't
when
know.
It's all said and done.
I don't know if those two will make it to the second round though. But if they do, well, even if you already draft a guard, scoop another one up. You need depth. You need multiple. But check out that work by Brendan Nunez again. We'll talk about that more at noon, and then he's going to be on with Alan and Whitey, the Drive Guys, at 3:00 to break down Darius Acuff Jr. Cavs, Knicks, game 1 tonight in Madison Square Garden. Mike Brown will bring all the energy. They're well rested, let me tell you. They have not played a game since Sunday, May 10th.
That's right.
It's Tuesday the 19th.
Mm-hmm.
They've had a lot of time off. But Kayla, there's always a blessing and a curse to that. You're rested. In theory, you're healthy. The legs are fresh. And it's not like they've been sitting on the couch the entire time. Mike Brown is notorious for running a lot of practices. I'm sure that didn't slow down during the playoffs, although I don't know if he did his patented two-a-days. They'd probably kill him. But when you were rolling to the level that the Knicks were rolling, they scored 144 points in Game 4. They scored 137 in Game 1. They've had, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games where they've scored 113 or more points in the playoffs.
Exactly.
The offense has been their superpower. The defense has been good too, but the offense has been their superpower. Maybe, just maybe, that long of a break, it might have freshened them up, but also could have cooled them off.
So I look at it as when things are working at a different level and there is momentum captured in that, it is a little bit of a set, and I'm not going to call it a setback overall, but when you have a break like that, 9 days is a long time for not playing a basketball game. Obviously practice and you're running that offense and practice and everything, but it's different when it's a game. It can be a little difficult, I think, coming out of the gates to pick that up again.
I agree.
Because rest is great, and everybody can benefit from rest in the long run. I'm just going to say right now, I wouldn't be completely surprised if, I think they could come out a little bit slow or a little bit off in terms of their shots. I don't know. There's something I feel like will be a little bit off, at least to start the game. I'm not going to say they're going to lose the game in any fashion, but it might take them a minute to get back in the groove. Because, again, you're talking about a Cavs team that has also been playing for the most part and had a few days off. But I will say this. It's the Knicks' benefit overall in this series by far that they're playing one of the less great defensive teams on that side left.
When offense is their superpower. I mean, they do have Evan Mobley, who is a beast of a defender. Jarrett Allen is a very good rim protector. So it's not like it'll be a field day offensively, but James Harden, who they going to hide him? And Donovan Mitchell is a better defender, I think, than he gets credit for. But is Donovan Mitchell going to shut down Jalen Brunson? No, he's not. There is one thing I'm curious about defensively that I'll get back to in just a sec. But I wholeheartedly agree with you with the start of tonight's game. If there's a time where the Cavs, hey, we're warm, we've been rocking, let's just get right back out there and rock. If the Cavs jump on the Knicks early, that gives them a chance. The longer this game goes, the more it is going to benefit the New York Knicks, in my opinion. So if the Knicks have a 10-point lead in this game early, I'm not saying a 10-point lead is nothing in the NBA today. I'm not saying it's insurmountable. But if the Knicks jump out on the Cavs early on, I don't know if the Cavs have a chance of winning this game.
Yeah, and Matt, and I'll say this too, because we saw it with the Spurs. The Spurs took advantage of the fact that the Oklahoma City Thunder had been resting for a second.
Yep.
And they came out with Wemby, especially, setting that tone. But I don't know if the Cavs are capable of that. The Cavs aren't the Spurs. And I'm not trying to diss on the Cavs. I like the Cavs. I have nothing against them. But, I mean, it's just as much on them to take advantage of if the Knicks come out and they're a little cold. Yeah. That's on the Cavs, too, to take advantage of that. I don't know for sure if they can do that, but that's what a good team does.
It feels like the Cavs aren't going to have to stop the Knicks. They're just going to have to keep up. And if you're going to keep up with the New York Knicks, you need Donovan Mitchell to average 30 to 35 points a game. That just has to be it.
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell has to be next level for the Cavs to have any chance of winning the next two series that they're gonna play. No matter who they play in the NBA Finals, if they get past the Knicks, Donovan Mitchell just has to be sensational. I don't trust James Harden. We have a billion reasons why we should never trust James Harden in the playoffs. Period. So I don't trust James Harden at all. I am curious though, Kayla. Keon Ellis hasn't been playing.
No, he has not.
But it's been two straight matchups against teams with kind of bigger guards.
He played that first game, I think, right? With that matchup?
Yeah, he came back and he played.
But then it slowly...
As each series went on, he lost playing time. I think he played 4 minutes in the final game in Game 7 because it was over.
Right.
I think there's a good chance that Keon Ellis could find more playing time in this series because realistically, a guy like Donovan Mitchell is who Keon Ellis should be able to make work. Right? Like, Donovan Mitchell is not a big dude, and Keon is a pest. Donovan Mitchell is the point guard of that team. I think Keon Ellis has a really, this is one of those games where it's like, series where this is what we got you for, Keon. Go out there and just pester and make Donovan Mitchell's life a living hell. I could see Keon getting some good playing time in the series. And if he doesn't get playing time in the series, I don't know if he gets playing time, period, ever.
Well, again, they have an opportunity to bring him back or to say, we're moving on.
Yeah.
So that's also something to watch that would be interesting if he doesn't play a little more in this series. But I think you're on to something here. Matchup-wise, it might be a better matchup for Keon to get some more minutes in those situations.
I just don't like, if Keon doesn't match up against or if it's not playable as a defensive stopper and floor spacer, I understand not guarding Cade Cunningham. Cade's a brick wall and 3 inches taller. Donovan Mitchell, and I'm going to bring up their measurements in just a second. Donovan Mitchell is that type of player that you would want, in theory, Keon to match up with. Donovan Mitchell's listed at 6'2". I think Keon Ellis is also listed around 6'2", but I'm skeptical of that 6'2". They have him listed at 6'4". Yeah, right. We're talking two similar height guys. This, to me, is the exact type of reason to go out and get Keon. If Keon doesn't play, then who's he playing against?
I have no idea.
Like, he did a pretty damn good job chasing Steph around when the Kings had their meetings with the Warriors over the years. Not in the playoffs. That was more Donovan Mitchell's job.
Does that change?
Or, sorry, Davion Mitchell's job.
Right. Does that change, I guess, people here who
are
Keon fans, and were very upset about the trade of him?
Yes. How does it not?
And I think if not, maybe you're just stubborn, which is okay.
I think people should have already been cooled off by how, like we were talking about, oh, what a big get for the Cavs. Keon's going to be perfect for them. Keon's barely played because of his size. And I've seen Cavs fans and Cavs media members start to talk about something that we talked about here in Sacramento too, which is Keon has a tendency to gamble. And gambling can get you in trouble in the playoffs.
And you can't afford that, especially
against
when you're in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Right.
You can't do it.
I'm not out on Keon by any means. But I think we've seen enough to realize, hey, maybe the Kings weren't just colossal idiots for not giving him the keys and starting him and playing him 30 minutes a night. Maybe, just maybe, we overvalued Keon a little too much here because 2 different general managers, 2 different coaches, all with very different philosophies, clearly did not think that Keon was capable of being that guy long term.
Well, and you have to think, too, that maybe that is also what's going on with the thoughts of Devin Carter. Like, and I know in a different way, but it's also a situation where he has not played a lot either. And he had been DNP'd a lot throughout the season. And he played towards the end, but even then, it's like I don't feel like the organization is like, yeah, we're going to move forward with this guy. Like, I think at some point it's just like, it's not it. It's not it.
I don't know what my brain is thinking. My brain has been thinking Donovan Mitchell the entire time when I meant to be talking about Jalen Brunson. Shout out the comment section for realizing like I'm an idiot here. I've been thinking or saying Donovan Mitchell when thinking Jalen Brunson. Take everything that I've been saying about defending Donovan, because Keon and Donovan Mitchell are teammates, Matt, you idiot. I'm talking about Keon playing against Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Thank you, comment section.
I didn't even take that into account. I was just talking about Keon in particular.
Thank you, comment section, for pointing out how stupid I am.
You're just like deep into this. Like,
I'm thinking Keon versus Jalen Brunson is what I've been thinking in terms of a smaller guard that Keon could be out there to stop. Thank you again, comment section. I'm amazed y'all haven't screamed at me louder. I'm so off on this. I've been talking about Donovan Mitchell. I mean to be talking about Jalen Brunson. Take everything that I said about Donovan Mitchell and apply it to Jalen.
Jalen Brunson.
I believe Jalen Brunson is the ideal type of matchup.
Livermore, Pat. Sorry, I was just focused on Keon in particular. I did not even think of what he was saying in terms of Donovan.
It's not Kayla's job to correct me. I should have known.
I do correct you sometimes.
I'm talking about his stupid teammate, not the freaking guy that
So
God,
I was thinking offense, defense. I was like, oh yeah, Donovan Mitchell, Keon Ellis. I didn't even clock that. that
I was
happening.
just assuming, like, you're talking about Brunson. I wasn't even thinking about you.
I even looked
Donovan
up
there.
the damn dude's name, like height.
I was
not even
wondering why the
thinking about
chat
it.
was like, "What's Matt
No,
talking
Jalen
about?"
Brunson is 6'2". It's the same thing. Jalen Brunson and Donovan Mitchell are the same height. Thank you, chat. Again, sorry, listeners out there. Someone might have crashed their car with how stupid that I sound during this segment when I meant to be talking about guarding Jalen Brunson, not guarding Donovan Mitchell. I will. I'll certainly take the L on that. We'll take the break. When we come back, I'll recalibrate my brain. Time for a reboot. And we got Pick a Side coming up. Stephen A. Smith continues to beef with Jaylen Brown. Hooray! And things are just kind of weird and sad between A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts, I guess.
Very sad.
We'll talk about that when we come back. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Listen up, Niner gang. Sactown Sports is your local home for 49ers football, and we're here to level up your game day experience. Download the Sactown Sports app and tap the contest banner on the homepage for your chance to win a pair of tickets to the 49ers home opener this season. Don't wait. Download the Sactown Sports app today. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
The NBA playoffs are underway, and now you can trade every game on Kalshi. You can also trade on who wins each series, the conference finals, and the championship. San Antonio is currently trading at 19% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade pays out over $500 if they take the title. On Kalshi, you're trading against other people in a live market. No house, no odds makers. And as odds move, you can buy in or out anytime throughout the postseason. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code SHOT to get $10 when you trade $10. KALSHI. Kalshi. Trade on anything.
At University of Maryland Global Campus, we know you're no stranger to setting big goals, whether in school, at work, or in life. And you're ready for more. At UMGC, we offer the skills-based education you need to move your career forward. Learn how to apply AI, data science, and other emerging tech. Plus, gain skills in leadership and critical thinking. You've come far. Succeed again. No application fee if you apply by June 1st. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Is the crew on their way so we can fire up the grill?
Cabrito, arrachera. They're gonna love it.
Better go with birria and carne en su jugo. Classic Jalisco dishes with tradition.
That seasoning is great, but northern Mexican-style meat speaks for itself. Let's make both.
Deal. And to boost the flavor, ice-cold Pepsi. Its sweetness pairs perfectly.
And to go with it, flour tortillas.
And corn ones too. Hey, carne asada deserves Pepsi.
Is the volatility of the stock market driving you crazy? Is your retirement account sinking, yet you're getting older and you're starting to worry about, will I have enough for retirement? What about the money in the bank? These banks pay nothing these days. How do we get growth to get to retirement account? It's simple. Move into gold and silver. Want to know how to do it? Listen to my show, Striking Gold, with me, Kenny Michaels.
Injured at work, slip, trip, or a heavy object fall on you? Fareed Guptill, Esquire at DTLA Law Group fights to get you paid while you recover. Don't wait. Protect your rights today. Text Injury Help to 40222 or visit calldowntown.com now. That's Injury Help to 40222. Text rates may apply. Office located at 560 Santa Fe, Los Angeles. Results or outcome may vary. No attorney-client relationship is implied. Visit them at calldowntown.com. That's calldowntown.com.
If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kip Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kip Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
Lunch was great, but this traffic is awful.
Can we stop at a bathroom?
Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy or rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
Pick a side, any side. It's time for Pick a Side on Matt and Kayla.
We have never gotten more texts in a short period of time on our text line than when all of Sacramento went, this idiot, Matt George, is saying Donovan Mitchell or Keon Ellis has to guard Donovan Mitchell, his teammate.
I was literally in a blur then, too, because I didn't even pick. I'm just focused on the Keon conversation.
The entire time.
Didn't even think about who you were saying.
The entire time,
in terms of him guarding.
I'm talking about Jalen Brunson, and I said Donovan Mitchell's name multiple times, which is embarrassing. So thank you to everybody for pointing out the massive brain fart that I just suffered.
You don't have caffeine today.
I have not. I'm actually
That is a concern.
Super caffeinated today. I'm working.
I know. This is my first.
Working on trying to cut it out a little bit. Take everything that I was saying, though, in the last segment and swap out Donovan Mitchell's name for Jalen Brunson's name. It all still applies. Jalen Brunson is, in theory, the type of guard that you would want Keon Ellis to handle and disrupt and frustrate. And now Jalen Brunson, I think, is definitely a physical guard that might go through Keon Ellis, but all the same stuff applies. If you can't play Keon in a matchup like this versus like a matchup like Cade Cunningham, I understand, then you're in trouble. Then where do you play Keon? I don't know. But I think he should get a look in game 1 tonight.
I don't know. All I remember is that one time that Keon Ellis had his head turned and Jalen Brunson went right past him that one time.
Oh, I remember that vividly. He got cooked on that.
Yeah, there's 1 minute left in a tie game, Kayla, and Keon had his head turned looking for a screen, and then Brunson just crossed over.
Bam.
And then by the time Keon became a meme because his face was like, oh, bleep.
Yeah,
because he realized Brunson
He
had
turned and looked back, and Jalen's gone. And then turned around and Jalen's at the rim. Yeah, it was that bad.
Yeah, he thought a screen was coming.
Not a good look.
It is time to pick a side.
Let's go.
Kyle, let's get going.
All right, let's get going. First off, apparently Stephen A. Smith versus Jaylen Brown is still going on.
Yay.
So Jaylen Brown went on a Twitch stream and said that Stephen A. is not doing journalism. He's just doing clickbait on television. He should leave television forever, right? Something like that. And so just Stephen A. Smith replied to Jaylen Brown this morning on First Take.
Jaylen Brown, be careful what you wish for. You really want me to start reporting on that level? You understand? Locker room? How the organization might think about you? How the city may feel about you? How Jason Tatum may or may not have feel about you? Sneaker deals, endorsement deals, the list goes on and on. The season is over, bro. You on Twitch, trying to do what I do, and talking about me needing to step away. It makes no sense. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm simply making the point that it is not wise, after 24 hours of having your season over in the first round, for you to be coming out talking about that's your favorite season. It ain't the smartest thing in the world to do.
So should Stephen A. keep this going or just let it go?
Well, first off, Stephen A. did have a couple bars in there.
Well,
you're on Twitch trying to do what I do is kind of a bar. But this is obnoxious and stupid.
He's also on Twitch and you're on ESPN. So
what do you mean?
You need to stop it.
You're saying it's beneath Stephen A.
Yes.
Smith? Oh, you don't know Stephen A. Smith, dude.
Yeah, Stephen
Remember
A.
when he
Smith
dragged out that LeBron thing for months because LeBron yelled at him?
That's what I'm saying. It's my opinion. I don't think he should be doing it. You're on national TV. You're the bigger person. That's your job, and you're stooping to the level of Jalen, who, again, is an NBA player and great, but his job is not to be a broadcaster. So it's just let Jalen do his thing on Twitch. You're on ESPN because it's continuing to take away the point of what they do on that show, which I get it. He starts fights with people, but this has been going on too long.
Yeah,
get over it by now.
I disagree in the sense that I think this is entirely what his show is about, to be loud and obnoxious.
I'm over it, and I feel like a lot of people are over
You might be, but I don't know what the ratings are, but that show still exists for a reason, and people like to latch onto the drama and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not the route that I would take, but it's Stephen A. Smith being Stephen A. Smith and full of himself, and Jalen should know what he's getting into as well. I don't think Jalen Brown cares. Jalen's going to talk his ish. Some of the points that Stephen A. made, I think, are interesting, or that I agree with. The whole deal about, do you want me reporting about what happens in the locker room? That's where that's when Stephen A. Smith turns into like a supervillain or like a wrestler. And I'm just like, all right, I don't care about that part, because I don't think Stephen A. Smith would break anything that would ruin Jalen Brown's career like he's insinuating.
But like, what is the public gaining from this? Like
entertainment.
Yeah, but it's just like at some point.
I agree with you. It's not entertaining to me, but I think it's entertaining to ESPN's demographic, or ESPN's audience, is very much now Stephen A. Smith yelling about something and Pat McAfee yelling about something. So that's clearly their thing, and Jalen Brown is now becoming a part of it.
Whether it's entertainment or not, they're gaining content.
Yes.
That's the big thing.
And I think it's obnoxious and stupid too. I just get it.
Stephen A. is going to milk the content, because I think the other part about being the bigger person implies that Stephen A. Smith is bigger than Jalen Brown. Like, Stephen A. Smith has the Finals MVP actively on his Twitch stream yelling at him, which is the thing Stephen A. Smith wants to do. He wants to bait athletes into having that fight with him because it helps the brand of Stephen A. Smith by getting...
It's legitimizing.
Yes, it's legitimizing it by having the Finals MVP yelling at him on a Twitch stream.
These are the things, though, that, like, I've never loved Stephen A. Smith. I don't hate Stephen A. Smith, and I actually think he makes good points sometimes. These are the things that then take me away from the respect of him. I don't give a damn about your stupid beef. Like, if it comes up once or twice, fine. But to carry it out, like, you're carrying it out just as much as he's carrying it out after the season. So
of course he is.
It's like, again, I respect some of the points he makes, but when he starts this stuff, I'm just like, I'm gone.
No, it's just a different cup of tea for people. Like when he had Skip Bayless back on for their reunion for the first time, I could have cared less.
Yeah.
I've genuinely avoided even looking at clips.
Yeah.
Because I don't watch First Take. I don't care.
Yeah.
But I'll see clips of what Stephen A. Smith said about something and like, oh, what did he say about this? Or it'll come up on my timeline. That's how I consume Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah.
That's how I consumed this whole beef. But it's not my cup of tea, but that show definitely benefits, or that audience likes to hear who Stephen A. Smith is fighting with now.
Mm-hmm. Next topic.
All right, next up, Lincoln Riley says it's time for USC to make a deep playoff run.
Oh, again?
So he's...
Sucker.
This is year 5. Okay, Kayla's got strong Lincoln Riley thoughts, apparently.
I'm just going to bow out. Here you go.
Yeah, okay, so this is, year 5 of Lincoln Riley. They haven't made the playoffs yet, but I think USC has the number 1 incoming recruiting class this year, I think.
Yay.
Okay, I'm ready to hear Kayla's Lincoln Riley
USC
thoughts.
was relevant when I went to school. USC won championships.
So that's like 5 years ago, right?
When I went to school. No. You can figure out.
He tried to do you a solid there.
I know he did. The chat knows by now how old I am. My point being.
Yeah, Clay Helton years.
They have tried to say that they were back and that they were attempting to be back, and they've had every quarterback opportunity to be back. And Lincoln Riley comes over there from Oklahoma. It was just like, oohed and awed over. And they've had opportunities in the new Big Ten because they left the Pac-12 because they're too good for the Pac-12. And now they're over there still saying, like, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. I do not believe USC is going to be back with Lincoln Riley. And damn, I don't know when USC is going to be back.
So you think Lincoln Riley's job is gone if he doesn't do it this year?
If he doesn't get to the playoffs? Yeah. Because they
With the expanded playoff?
With the expanded playoff at that, well, then I think that they at least need to advance past the second round.
There's even more spots you can't get in.
But it's like they use all these excuses year after year. You have the freaking talent. You have the quarterbacks. You have the money. What are we doing at USC? What have we been doing for the past 20 years?
They're doing what USC has kind of become.
They're talking. Well, shut up, USC.
I think the bigger thing, though, is that I think USC is just kind of an 8-win program now. And, I get it. They have all the money in the world. It was fascinating when Lincoln Riley got there. But, I'm trying to say, in the years prior to... So, yeah, with Clay Helton, they went 8-5. The COVID year, they went 5-1. And then they fired him mid-season. And Lincoln Riley... 11 wins, 8 wins, 7 wins, 9 wins. I think that's kind of just what USC's program is in the new Big Ten. they've got money, but they don't have the infrastructure that a lot of these other programs have, like Oregon.
That's their fault. Then don't go out talking like you're the USC of 2005.
We've got a new drop. We have Kayla hates Utah, and now shut up, USC.
University of spoiled children.
They would love that on the morning show.
Dave loves LA. Dave
loves it.
Shut up, USC would be great. I think they're going to get to the playoff eventually. I mean, they've had top 20 finishes under Lincoln Riley's time. They've had a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback. Like, I think they're going to be good. I don't pay that close attention to the scouting things, but people are saying like USC is going to be really good this year because of that recruiting class.
I know we're up against it. Let's get this A.J. Brown story really quickly,
yes,
though.
please.
Okay, so A.J. Brown got married this weekend. Jalen Hurts did not attend. Jalen Hurts is A.J.'s son's godfather.
Right.
They've known each other since high school. We know A.J. Brown's going to get traded to the Patriots in a couple weeks. They're just waiting for the June 1st date to pass for cap reasons. So are we going to ever know what happened with the A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts?
You want to know?
You guys.
Oh, I don't.
This is the biggest mystery that has been going on for the last 3 years.
I don't like this.
Jalen Hurts recruited, pretty much was like, hey, we want A.J. over here when they took him from the Titans, when he was traded away from the Titans. And there was like this little thing playing out, this video of them playing in the field, playing ball, and then he ends up going to Philly. And then it was like a year after that things went horribly wrong and things got very weird there. Something happened.
I don't want to know.
Something big happened in Philly.
Just makes me sad, man.
And I want to know, Kayla, the Detective Kayla is on the case.
You want the dirt? Why?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because it's too weird. Something happened.
I don't. It makes me sad, man.
Will we ever know?
The godfather of your
think we will.
kid doesn't get to come to your wedding, man, or doesn't show up. That makes me sad. I don't like that.
Sometimes going to work with your friends isn't the best thing in the world.
I don't want to hear about friendship breakups. Not my business, but I get it. I get why.
I don't think we'll ever find out, though.
Kayla just spent part of the segment going, Stephen A. Smith is crap is stupid. And I'm just making fun of you.
Yes.
Stephen A. Smith's crap is stupid. But I want to know the dirt between Jalen Brown and
It's only because I know AJ personally from covering him.
Yeah, I get you.
When you have, your connections, it's like you want to know.
It's interesting because it's going to be a symptom of whatever's happened in Philly.
Yeah.
It's not just them, but it's a symptom of whatever has happened in Philly, which goes to a bigger scale. We'll take the break. When we come back, Brendan Nunez dropped his Sactown Sports scouting report about Darius Acuff Jr. Kayla and I, we've been all over this from the beginning.
Oh, watch out.
So just a friendly...
Watch out. People are going to get mad at you.
Friendly reminder. We've been all over this since the beginning. Kevin O'Connor also dropped his latest mock draft. So did Jeremy Wu, and both of them have the Kings taking different people at 7. We'll talk about that, plus Brendan Nunez's big preview with some massive numbers to support why the Kings should target Darius Acuff Jr. if you are in that camp. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Listen up, Niner gang. Sactown Sports is your local home for 49ers football, and we're here to level up your game day experience. Download the Sactown Sports app and tap the contest banner on the homepage for your chance to win a pair of tickets to the 49ers home opener this season. Don't wait. Download the Sactown Sports app today. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I'm talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Chad, what's going on for the Memorial Day sales event?
One word, options. Right now you can finance your new 2026 Ram 1500 with our lowest rate option of 2.9% APR for 72 months with no payments for 90 days. That will save you thousands in finance charges.
Well, what if I'm looking for a lower payment?
Then you can take advantage of our 4.9% APR financing for 84 months with no payments for 90 days. Either way, you're saving big, and you can get the new Ram of your dreams waiting at Hoblet.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HoblettDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection, and now unbeatable interest rates. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
Must finance through SFS for qualified buyers. 2.9% APR for 72 months equals $15.15 per thousand borrowed. 4.9% APR for 84 months equals $14.08 per thousand borrowed. No payment for 90 days on approved credit. Interest accrues from data purchase. Offers cannot be combined with other incentives. Excludes Ram 1500 RHO and Tungsten models. Sample VIN 42368. See dealer for details.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140. It's time for the lunch break. Your calls, your thoughts, your segment. Call or text us at 916-339-1140. It's the lunch break on Matt and Kayla.
Yes, indeed, it is lunch break time. You want to be a part of the show? You can be. 916-339-1140, 800-920-1140. You can text that first number, again, 916-339-1140. Be a part of our text line. And shout out to everybody watching live on our YouTube comment section. Appreciate your support of the show and your consistent presence as always. If you listen to this show consistently, you know how much that we have talked about Darius Acuff Jr., point guard out of Arkansas. And no, we're not just bringing him back up to bring him back up again. Our very own Brendan Nunez from Sactown Sports here dropped his Darius Acuff Jr. scouting report. It's part of the Sactown scouting report. Brendan told us he was up till 4 o'clock in the morning.
He looked tired.
He looked tired.
But that's how much he pours into these write-ups.
He watches a lot of film. He dives deep into the numbers, breaks down, and it's a neutral report and breakdown of who these guys are as players, but it's also presented by someone who is very familiar with the state of the Sacramento Kings, right? Brendan is firmly ingrained here into Sacramento, is at the Golden One Center for every single game, watches Kings basketball religiously, breaks it down, writes about it on Sactown Sports. So to get these kind of in-depth breakdowns, which you could get other places, but to get them from someone who understands and is deeply plugged into what the Sacramento Kings need, it's a real treat, and it's special for us to be able to have the talents of Brendan Nunez here on Sactown Sports. So check out his latest breakdown on Darius Acuff Jr. It's up right now on SactownSports.com, also on the Sactown Sports app, which you should be downloading. By the way, if you download that Sactown Sports app, there's a banner up there. It's our contest banner. Click on that. You'll have a chance to be entered to win tickets to the San Francisco 49ers home
Nice.
opener, which is week 2 at Levi Stadium against the Miami Dolphins, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
So you can win tickets to that game. You also hear on our airwaves right now, we have our 80 best moments in San Francisco 49ers history.
Are those starting?
They already started.
So-
Today was number
okay.
79.
Okay, so those are all on the website if you want to check those out.
I don't know if they're dropping each one each day or if it's a full thing on the website, but
Yeah.
every single day they'll drop the top 80 moments.
Mm-hmm.
Today was number 79.
Oh, we might have a little faithful flashback coming up sometime in the show here.
Oh, okay. Well, keep an ear out
There we
for
go.
the faithful flashback.
I was like, I thought we might be doing those.
Yep, those are coming.
Yeah, it's voiced by a familiar voice that always brightens my mood.
You'll know
I'll
it when
know?
you hear it. Oh yeah, you'll know it when you hear it.
Okay.
Everybody loves them. But Brendan has put in a ton of work into these breakdowns, and it's fitting that Darius Acuff Jr. is today's breakdown. He already did Kingston Fleming's last week, dropped that on, I think that was Thursday that he dropped that last week, and
Yes.
he'll drop a new one every Tuesday and every Thursday. This Thursday, he's dropping one talking about some of the top guard possibilities in the second round, because the Kings have 2 second-round picks, so check out that. That'll drop on Thursday. Brendan will also join the afternoon show, The Drive, Alan Stiles and Whitey Gleason, today at, I think he said 4 o'clock is when he's joining them, or no, it was 3 o'clock, excuse me, to break down this breakdown of Darius Acuff Jr. today that he just released. But yesterday, both Kevin O'Connor and Brian, or who was it on?
I just saw Kevin O'Connor.
Well, Kevin
report
O'Connor dropped one, but ESPN dropped one as well. I think it was Jeremy Woo that dropped one
yes,
on
you said
ESPN today. Jeremy Woo's has the Sacramento Kings going with Kingston Flemings with the 7th pick because he has the Brooklyn Nets taking Darius Acuff Jr. at 6, which that is the main spot that Acuff has to get past, right? I think he's getting past 5 with the Clippers.
Yes.
6
I think we're
is-
going with what? What did we say we were going to do for Clippers, our guess?
Either Keaton
Keaton
Wagler, a lot of people think.
Yeah.
Well, Kevin O'Connor has a different idea. Kevin O'Connor's mock draft, number 1, AJ DeBonsa, number 2, Darren Peterson, number 3, Cam Boozer, number 4, Caleb Wilson. Nothing different there. Kevin O'Connor has Braden Burries going to the Clippers at number 5.
Really?
Yeah, Braden Burries high up on his
That's
board.
surprising.
And you know who's a big fan of Braden Burries is Alan Stiles. Alan Stiles
Yeah, I know.
dove deep into the
I know
film
he
with
did.
Braden Burries and became a big fan. That means Keaton Wagler falls to the Nets at 6, and that's who the Nets take. The 6'6", technically, or 6'6" in shoes, but 6'5" guard out of, where the hell is he out of? Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
So Darius Acuff Jr. is there at 7. Here is Kevin O'Connor's breakdown. Sources around the league widely believe the Kings are targeting Acuff with this pick. There's a lot connecting them. Kings general manager Scott Perry and assistant general manager B.J. Armstrong are both born and raised in Detroit. So is Acuff. Perry coached Acuff's father at Eastern Kentucky in the late 1990s. Maybe it really is that simple. There's also the obvious fact that he fits Sacramento's need. Then he dives into information about Darius Acuff that, no disrespect to Kevin O'Connor, but Brendan Nunez does a better job of those specifics on his Sactown Sports scouting report. So we see this, and of course, it's getting aggregated. It's getting taken out there. No disrespect. Kevin O'Connor, I've disagreed a lot with things that Kevin O'Connor has said about the Sacramento Kings over the years. He's always kind of been a Kings hater or just not a Kings non-believer. He, of course, was part of him and Tom Haderstroh or whatever were the ones that talked about AJ DeBonsa might Eli Manning the Kings. There's just some silly stuff that's out there that he's done. But for the most part, I actually like Kevin O'Connor's work. I like a lot of these mock drafters, CBS mock drafters, including our own Cam Salerno from here in Sacramento. I like these guys. But I wanted to take an opportunity really quick and not to make it a massive deal, but to shout ourselves out a little bit here, myself and Kayla Anderson. And it started with Kayla really bringing Darius Acuff Jr. to the attention of this show and, in my opinion, the attention of this city. Because we talked so much for so long. It was AJ. It was Cam.
Yeah.
It was Peterson. It was even Caleb Wilson to some extent. And as Darius Acuff rose in popularity with how he was playing in late February going into March in the March Madness and the conference tournaments and stuff like that, as he started racking up these performances, other teams and other fans and everybody were starting to take notice. And I'm not saying that nobody in Sacramento knew who the dude was before we started talking about him. But you brought to the attention of this show what Coach Miller had to say about him after the University of Texas played Arkansas. And that just started putting us down this rabbit hole of watching this young man more, looking at the shooting, looking at the potential. And we had debates for a long time talking about, and we're still having the same exact conversation. Kingston Flemings versus Darius Acuff Jr. in terms of the star versus the defense, the quickness, the speed. We now have the measurements, and it turns out Kingston Flemings is not nearly as big or that much bigger than Darius Acuff Jr. like it was made out to be. We're talking like an inch or half an inch of difference in terms of height. Darius Acuff has the longer wingspan. They have the exact same standing reach. In terms of speed, Kingston Flemings did have the best overall speed profile, but Darius Acuff out-hustled him or out-raced him in the three-quarter court sprint in the combine. So we're not talking about like a night and day difference between these two. There's a reason we talk about them so much because they're so close. The big difference is defense versus offensive scoring potential.
Yeah.
So we've been talking about these and having these conversations. I checked in back in March. I checked in with the source about the Kings' interest in Darius Acuff Jr. Got back immediately.
Let me preface this
Yes.
too. Because you, again, checked in with the source.
Skeptically.
Because you were actually like, should we even continue down this road of citing that Acuff could be a fit here if the organization feels that he isn't because of the defensive side of things, the lack of defense that we're seeing at least at the college level. That's the reason you reached out to get a feel. And I could be wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. We're pretty surprised when it came back glowing.
Yes. I reached out of skepticism. I reached out because I thought for sure the defensive concerns would be a problem for a defensive-minded head coach in Doug Christie and a identity that Doug and Scott have talked about, which involves a physical, formidable defensive front. I reached out expecting to hear feedback of, the shooting is great. They like him, but the defense is a concern. That's not what I heard back. I heard they love him. He's high on their board. That was back in March.
Right.
This is before we knew where the Sacramento Kings were picking. And you can go and find the clip. I said on the clip, if the Kings fall to the 5, 6, 7 range, I believe Darius Acuff will be...
Now, we were hoping they wouldn't fall to the 5, 6, 7 range.
You know me. I was wanting AJ DeBonsa the entire time. But I said if they fall to the 5, 6, 7 range, the King, he's number one. We believe he's number one on the Kings point guard board. And here they are, and that seems to be the case. And now it's being talked about by Kevin O'Connor and other people like it's common knowledge. The reason why I'm bringing this up, because it frustrates me that when that information got out there, some people ran with it, and we appreciate it. People talked about it on this station. People in Sacramento talked about it. The Darius Acuff hype really started. Unless I'm wrong, and unless I completely missed something, we're the ones that brought that interest to the table. That doesn't... I'm not credit hunting here. Who cares? Who cares who brought it to the table as long as it's legitimate? That's my point.
Why? Everybody credit hunts. Why should it be wrong for us in particular?
What I care about is it's legitimate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it's a legitimate situation.
And it was not always necessarily talked about and treated like it was legitimate at the time. That's my only gripe, because we see the legitimacy of it now. It's common knowledge. It's common understanding now. So the victory lap, if they want to call it that, the hype machine, if you want to call it that we're doing it for our show, is simply, we've been all over this. We've been on top of this. We were one of the first ones, if I don't know if anybody beat us, to connect the Sacramento Kings to Darius Acuff to a level that now I am hearing potentially will result in Acuff wanting to come here, which is why he could end up at 7. That's what I've heard. Those are the reports that I've got. I shared that with you last week.
Yes, you did.
I have heard directly from multiple people that Darius Acuff Jr. and his camp like the idea of him going to Sacramento because of the plethora of reasons that we've laid out and others have laid out over the last month, which is important. Why? Because it doesn't guarantee anything.
Yeah.
Kayla Anderson and I are not coming on the air saying the Kings are guaranteed to take Darius Acuff Jr. at 7. If I were doing that, I'd be making the money Shams is doing. I'm not trying to say that. I'm not saying that at all. But we've had conversations on the station that people care about do you move up for a guy or could he be there at 7? When you don't have control over what the Brooklyn Nets do, the one thing you could potentially do is try and get a player on your side to want to come here, a la Tyrese Halliburton, so that other teams don't take them and they decide to go in a different direction. I believe that is happening. I believe Darius Acuff Jr. and his camp really love the idea of playing for the Sacramento Kings, and I believe the Sacramento Kings really want Darius Acuff Jr.
I just think the point being, like, when you're in a smaller local market like we are, in terms of like pro teams, and you know your local market people, and there's a lot of local market people here that do a great job at what they do. And I think you in particular, Matt, just because you've been here for a while, are really good at giving people their flowers in the city, are really good about giving props to people and how they do their jobs.
Because they deserve it.
And
we have some kick-ass journalists
I think it's okay when your local radio show has somebody like you. And look, I'll give myself a little credit. I've been doing this for a long time in terms of identifying players sometimes, or identifying, personalities of players that fit. Like, that sometimes it makes sense, and then you have conversations about it, and sometimes it works out in your favor. And it seems like with this in particular, you being able to have those sources that have said, hey, look, this is actually a real thing. Those are all things that it's great to have in a small market, because then you don't have to go to the national people sometimes and be like, oh, well, they're reporting it, so, they're not even close to the source, but they're reporting. I'm just saying it's nice to have sometimes that local tie with people that are invested and have the right connections, which you do. So it's not like saying, look at us, look at our show. That's not what it's about, but it's nice to have a local show that has kind of brought you this for a minute and say, hey, look out for this. Just keep your eye on this, and then continue to build on it, on the situation. So that's just, that's how I look at it.
This was before I was here too, but when I was at ABC 10, and we were all over the Jonathan Kuminga stuff as well last summer with all that saga that was going down. Now, that all being said, I do want to be honest about something.
You hate Acuff.
No, I'm not Carmichael Dave.
He's like,
yeah, it's all a ruse. I can't stand the guy.
I've been acting this whole time, so then I just get up and throw my water bottle at Matt.
I have to say, Darius Acuff is Bub Carrington.
There are so many reasons watching Acuff, reading Brendan Nunez's breakdown, that I am a super big fan of him. But I also understand every single concern that whether it's Kings fans or media members, mock drafters, or everybody brings up about the defense. I was having a conversation with a buddy of mine who covers the NBA nationally, and talking about that archetype of Darius Acuff Jr. It's now more difficult than ever for an archetype like that in the NBA to be successful. 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, that archetype was gold. And now with the bigger guards and the type of guys that Darius Acuff is going to have to match up against. On the defensive end, will he be able to hold his own and stop them? And on the offensive end, will he be able to score and be as effective as he was at Arkansas against a Drew Holiday, against a Lou Dort, against a Dylan Brooks, some of these guards that are going to be physical with him? Dylan Brooks is a little more of a 3, but you get my point. Those are fair questions to ask. The Kings fell to 7. There's going to be risk with every single one of these guys. And what we've talked about this entire time is swinging for upside. So the reason why I'm still very much in the camp of Darius Acuff Jr. is the upside that, to me, is undeniable offensively. If Acuff is not there, if he does not escape the Brooklyn Nets, or if the Nets decide we don't care what you want, or we don't care what the Kings are going to do, you don't move up, we're going to take him at 6. If that's what happens, the next guy on my board, and this is a conversation for another time, next guy on my board is Michael Brown Jr. for very similar reasons, because the upside is there over a Kingston.
You're not worried
Flemings
about any of the issues.
Oh,
with the back.
For sure I am. There's a risk, but upside is the swing. You're making an upside play here. I like Kingston Flemings. I don't see the upside that I see in
Have
some
you
of these other
asked
guys.
about Mikael Brown Jr. at all in terms of
having a guest
Yeah.
on? Yeah, we're working on it. We're working on it. By the way, we are going to have someone who covered Darius Darren Peterson very closely at the University of Kansas joining us at the end of this week, which I'm looking forward to having a conversation with him. But there are obvious concerns with Acuff. There are obvious concerns with Brown with his back. There are obvious concerns with Kingston Flemings about like his size and what is his star potential. There's concerns about Burry. There's concerns about everybody. You're in the 7 range. You have to hit. The reason why I like Darius Acuff Jr. so much is because the offensive star power is it jumps off the page and off the tape so much. I don't know if anyone would blame the Kings for making the swing when they so desperately need scoring, 3-point shooting, and a point guard. He checks all 3 boxes.
I think the other thing you have to think about, and this is why I love who he is as a player too, like the shooting ability, all of that stuff, the mentality that you just sometimes have as a player, and to know like if I am tasked with something, like when he came into the university of Arkansas, and he was tasked with, you have now got to be a distributor. Like you can shoot the ball, and we know that that's your talent, but you've also got to become a playmaker for this team if this team wants to be good.
Yep.
And what did he do? This is something he did not do in high school. What did he do? He not only became that guy, he became one of the best guards in the league to distribute.
I got some numbers for you.
And so I'm interested to hear it. So my point being, when he is tasked at the next level, which he's already admitted to when they were at the combine, of I have to play better defense, he is going to do what it takes, in my opinion, to get out there and play better defense, because it was not good enough, and it's not good enough at the NBA level right now.
Brendan's breakdown of Darius Acuff Jr. is loaded with just some phenomenal numbers. He, of course, talks about the defense, acknowledges the defense. He calls him an atrocious defender at the college level. Those are the words that Brendan used. And he talks about how he will get tested and attacked in the NBA immediately. Like, you don't have to have a ton of film and a ton of scouting reports on a rookie at the NBA level to know if this dude's a cone, we're going to test it.
Yes.
And he's going to get that in training camp. He's going to get that in summer league. He's going to get that everywhere. So he's going to get the chance to work on this right away. He's already working on it now, I'm sure. But at the NBA level, when he gets with, and that's where you also have to, if you draft Darius Acuff Jr., you have to put your faith in Doug Christie. You have to put your faith in your player development staff to be able to improve him as a defender, as well as find a way to truly maximize the offensive star potential. That's part of the game you play. It's not just all on Darius Acuff Jr. But of course, he has to embrace that, and he said the right things. But in terms of being a playmaker, we talked about this last week. He averages 6.4 assists a game in college, which led the SEC.
Yeah.
He also had a really good assist-to-turnover ratio that led the SEC. But this is a number that Brendan found. I'm curious your reaction to this, Kayla. He had a 32.2% assist percentage. That means he assisted alone on a third of Arkansas's baskets last year. Like, Arkansas scoring, a third of it came from him as a distributor, let alone the scoring he was doing, and he led the team in scoring.
Yeah.
And he led the conference in scoring, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. That's impressive.
The dude.
That's why I look, like, again, I love the scoring aspect. And they need somebody that they can rely on for some sort of 3-point shooting. Like we can't just keep on guessing that these guys are going to come out and be better 3-point shooters, i.e. Keegan Murray. But
let's hope so.
I hope that's the case. But hopefully you'd be getting that right away from Acuff. But the point that he can distribute the ball that way and make others better or set others up for success, that should also tell you a lot about the player.
Some other numbers for you to react to. Brendan breaks all of this down. He excels. Brendan says his superpower is self-creation. He said Kingston Fleming's superpower is organizing.
Yeah.
Darius Acuff Jr.'s superpower is self-creation, points out how dominant he was both in the pick and roll and in isolation. The Kings need both of those. That fits what the Kings do now. He is an effective mid-range shooter. He shot 40% on 8 attempts a game. Converted 59% of shots at the rim. Now, that number is a little bit low compared to De'Aaron Fox, converted 64% at the rim. Jaden Ivey, 67% at the rim. So that's something he needs to improve on. But Ja Morant converted 60% of shots at the rim. And that was his superpower at the NBA. only 1% better
Until he
at the
got
rim.
hurt.
Until he got hurt. But some of these numbers are absurd.
They're really
the
good.
shooting numbers. In terms of off the dribble, he shot 44% on threes off the dribble. So
Yeah.
he can just get himself a bucket. But when he plays off the ball, which he's going to get opportunities to do that at the NBA level, he was 49% on catch and shoot threes. And on wide open catch and shoot threes this season, Kayla, he shot 60%.
That's insane.
The dude
That's
hits
insane.
threes, and the Kings desperately need it.
It is, and this is different from a guy that isn't like a true point guard, because we have seen the Zach LaVines. We have seen those types of players that they're just known to shoot the ball.
Yep.
But that's what we're saying. Acuff he does other things. Like that's the benefit of Acuff. Yeah, the defensive play has to improve. But if anyone's going to do it mentality-wise, I truly believe he will.
As time goes on, too, we're learning more about who Scott Perry is as a general manager. And what we're learning is that if you're Scott Perry's guy, well, you're forever Scott Perry's guy. He loves his guys. And there's one of his old guys that, once again, he's being connected to, according to reports.
boy.
A name the Kings could be pursuing in free agency this summer. We'll share with you who that is when we come back. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
It's time for your Sactown Scouting Report, breaking down the top prospects for the Sacramento Kings ahead of the 2026 NBA Draft.
Darius Acuff Jr., point guard, Arkansas.
Few guards in this draft offer the kind of upside Darius Acuff Jr. does. He can create shots, make tough offense look easy, and has the tools to become a featured scorer at the next level. But with that high-risk, high-reward profile, are the defensive concerns too significant to ignore?
Read the entire breakdown from Brendan Nunez right now at SactownSports.com. Presented by Power Business Technology. Copiers and printers for all your office needs.
Injured and you're considering an LA law firm looking to charge you 45% to 50% in attorney's fees? That's overcharging. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years, and I can tell you no matter how complicated your injury case, you should never be charged 45% or 50% in attorney's fees ever. Direct, experienced, unrelenting, and honest local representation matters. It's called Home Court Advantage for a reason. Ashton & Price serious local attorneys for serious people with serious injuries. So for the best local advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
No way. Gas prices shot up again.
I know, but I got us covered.
So generous. What's your deal?
What's my deal? I went to Metro and saved. Got 4 lines for just $25 each and 4 free new Samsung Galaxy A17 5G phones, and all on the T-Mobile network.
Ah, how about we go to Metro today?
Get that more for your money feeling. Visit your Metro by T-Mobile store. Just bring your numbers. Not available if you've been with Metro or T-Mobile in the past 180 days.
Buying golf gear is easy. Buying the right golf gear? Well, that's different. At Hagen Oaks, they don't just sell equipment, they fit your entire game. With TrackMan technology in the Player Performance Studio, your clubs are matched to your swing. Ping's Ballnamic Fitting helps you find the golf ball that performs best for you. Hagen Oaks Putter Fitting Studio dials in your stroke, and FootJoy's 3D foot scanner finds correct shoe size for your feet. It's a smarter way to play better golf. Total Game Fitting at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at Business 80.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sepp Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is. Live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sepp Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sepp's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sactown Sports 1140.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Sacramento! Now you've got a place for all things dance.
The all-new Energy 100.5 HD2.
Where dance music lives. Dance vibes anytime and any place when you get the free Now 100.5 app.
Or listen at 100.5 HD2.
It's celebration of 80 years of 49ers football. Sactown Sports is counting down 80 of the most memorable moments that have shaped the team's storied legacy and winning tradition. Here's today's faithful flashback.
Number 79. Feeling great after 8. Jimmy Garoppolo's hot start.
On Halloween night in 2019, everything was rolling for the San Francisco 49ers. The NFL's best team stayed perfect behind a big night from quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo. Labeled as a game manager, in this game, he was a game changer. He tossed 4 touchdowns and threw for over 300 yards in the win, keeping the perfect season going. And he capped it with an iconic quote on the postgame with Aaron Andrews.
8-0, how does that feel?
Feels great, baby.
Happy Halloween right back at you. Thanks so much.
No problem.
Faithful flashbacks on Sactown Sports 1140.
Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
So there you go. Number 79 on our 49ers top 80 moments countdown. Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy G, baby.
There's a reason it's 79. Yeah. But it's on there.
8-0.
Baby.
What?
Didn't you say like thanks, baby?
Oh, thanks, baby.
Feels great, baby.
Feels great, baby.
Which definitely I don't remember getting memed all the time for the rest of that season.
It's like somewhere Al Davis is just angry.
That was also the season when Jimmy G's dating life came into the public eye.
Oh,
why was that not part of the moment?
The blank star?
Yeah,
Yes.
yes.
Thanks for the censorship. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Honestly, like,
I'm a pro.
respectfully, is that a bigger moment in 49er history than the victory itself?
Probably.
Might be part of it.
Wasn't she a pretty famous one? I don't know.
I wouldn't know.
I don't either.
Matt, can you help us?
No, absolutely I cannot help you.
Kyle drags Matt
Only
into
one
this.
person in this room is married.
Oh, well, you weren't the only one. I was married much longer than you, my friend. Actually, technically, I still am.
I don't want to have this conversation on the air, but why does marriage mean you can't,
There's a certain thing called loyalty to your selective person, but hey, to each their own. Speaking of loyalty.
My computer is frozen.
Are you going to hit a Scott Perry transition after that conversation?
Well, not to the same level. Kayla is pounding on her computer right now in frustration.
My computer
so hey,
is
listen,
frozen.
When your computer's frozen, what you probably shouldn't do is pound on it.
Oh, I did that on my last computer all the time.
And where's that computer at?
Well, that one died because stuff spilled on it.
As you have a cup with coffee right next to the computer that you are currently pounding on.
I know.
And we also know you have a propensity to spill things.
You guys, I haven't spilled something.
It's been a minute.
It's been like a month.
Yeah, so let's give credit where credit is due.
Oh, you want congratulations for not spilling something for a month.
Well, I got a lot of crap.
Just like
when I
every
did.
other human being.
I got a lot. No, but other human beings don't get it pointed out to. That they spill all the
Kayla,
time.
I've known you for like 4 months of my life. And
No, you've lived with me for a lot longer than that.
I have?
Since January.
That's
January,
4 months
February,
ago.
March, April. Well, okay,
May.
5 months. You want 5?
Yeah.
Is that a lot longer than that?
Yeah.
5 months, not 4.
That's right.
I've known you for 5 months, Kayla, and I think I've seen you spill 6 drinks and fall out of your chair. That part was funny.
That was true.
By the way, when I go downstairs to heat up my food, I still see the stain where that giant
All right,
Dutch Bros
Kyle.
spilled down the stairs.
Right.
Or Kayla.
All right, Kyle.
Were you going up or down? I don't remember.
Down.
You were going down. That's right.
It was at the end of a show. I
But a
remember
lot of
that.
times I fall upstairs because I like to skip stairs. I'll skip 4 in a row.
Huh?
I like to skip upstairs.
Well,
stairs.
I take every other step.
Yeah, because our legs are long. But that's why I do it.
Yes, all of our legs are equally long.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are taller than me, but I still have long legs.
Well, yeah. Doesn't Matt say you're like 5?
Every 4, you
said?
said?
Guys, this is one of the taller shows thanks to me contributing to that on the girl side.
Well, Matt said you're like 5'4", right?
Yeah, I said that knowing I'd get
Do
attacked.
you want me to do the rest of the show?
I didn't say it this
'Cause
time.
my ass will walk out.
Well, based
you
on how you're
guys-
treating your computer.
But we know this. Her answer to every question is violence. She just starts hitting the computer.
No, I do know
That's
this.
because you guys egg me on.
I want to go back to something though. Every 4 steps,
Yeah, I just will.
you like jump up
I
steps.
love doing that. It gives me a good workout. I get to the top faster.
I agree. I just don't know if I can do 4 every
that's
time.
insane.
It depends on the
I'll do
how
maybe
spaced out
3.
the stairs are.
You just leap up steps
Yeah.
with things in your hands.
Yeah, and so sometimes I do fall up the stairs. Like
Yeah.
one time I fell up the stairs with coffee. That was not a good look.
Yeah.
I've hurt myself before.
You should not be jumping up 4 stairs at once.
I disagree. You do you.
Yeah. That's right.
A lot more stains on our stairwell coming soon, I guess. Or blood from Kayla's leg when she lacerates herself.
Or the carpet in the studio.
What's wrong with? Oh no, you. Oh yeah,
What?
you have
I didn't do
spilled.
anything in here.
Yeah.
Water.
Well, no. If Brian the engineer's listening, she's never spilled anything in that studio.
I think water.
Listen, we have currently basically gunpowder, and it's not really gunpowder, but we have some sort of black dust matter on our table because one of
Oh.
our mic arms.
Who is this?
That's Peja Stojakovic.
So
That's
it's
not who I'm talking about.
Stojakovic's.
Wait,
no, it's Vlade.
that's Vlade.
Oh, sorry. That's Vlade's mustache trimmings.
That's crazy.
That's Vlade's mustache trimmings. If
radio
you don't
audience,
believe me, I'm so spot on this.
Just trust me.
Is Scott Pollard still hanging on the wall over there? It's to your right over there.
Yeah, Scott's still there.
You still see him?
Yep. Scott,
Okay.
Scott's still there with his badass sideburns.
We should just put Vlade and Scott together.
Vlade is hanging right here. Hello, everybody. How do we transition out of this? Every general manager has a type. You start to learn
Short
what different
or tall.
Great segue, Matt. Thank you. By the way,
Grand segue, Kayla.
By the way,
Oh,
to fully continue to piss off Kayla Anderson, this is from the comment section.
Oh, I already saw what.
Brick Rip Saw said.
Yeah, and I was going to ignore it because I don't want to give him any love
okay,
on the chat.
Then I won't say it
But
anymore.
Brick, when you meet me in person one day, I might be taller than you. So
Well, and someone else would get astray from that, and I don't want anybody else to get astray.
what? Astray from what?
Astray from his comment. Bringing somebody into this conversation that has nothing to do with the
that
conversation.
one of our co-hosts is taller than me. Well,
no comment.
again, he might have to watch us in person at some point.
No comment. Scott Perry is now connected, potentially as the general manager of the Kings, to another name that he was responsible in bringing and drafting to the New York Knicks. R.J. Barrett was the name that we've talked about a lot, right? Going back to the trade deadline and a potential Jakob Poeltl, Domantas Sabonis trade. R.J. Barrett would come back to the Sacramento Kings as part of this deal that was heavily discussed, but they had issues with Jakob Poeltl's contract and the amount of draft picks and things of that nature. Maybe it'll be revisited this summer. I'd expect they'll at least have continued conversations about it. But R.J. Barrett is a guy that Scott Perry drafted and someone that Scott Perry is still very close with. I think it was Sam Amick that pointed out an interaction that the two of them had on the court during a game here in Sacramento was when Toronto was in town. But another name that Scott Perry brought to the New York Knicks, who's carved out a very successful career in New York, is backup big man Mitchell Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about Mitchell Robinson and referenced Mitchell Robinson a lot when talking about Dylan Cardwell. It's like, is Dylan Cardwell Scott Perry's version of Mitchell Robinson here in Sacramento? Mitchell Robinson was the second-round pick for the Knicks, and Cardwell was an undrafted free agent, of course, but the Kings brought him in, and he's very much excelled at that role. Well, according to reports, and I'll get the exact report here for you as it pulls up on my screen. This is from Stefan Bondi, who covers the Knicks for the New York Post. Sources around the league have pegged Sacramento as a threat to pry Mitchell Robinson away in free agency. Kings GM Scott Perry has long been a fan of Robinson after drafting him in the 2018 draft as a member of the Knicks front office.
Mm-hmm.
What are your I have thoughts on this certainly,
Okay.
but when you saw that, what was your reaction?
Okay, so first and foremost, it's the center position.
Yep.
So right now, we've got Domantas Sabonis.
Yep.
We've got the young Maxime Reynaud.
Yep.
And Dylan Cardwell.
Yep.
So to me, again, there might be something in the works or something that could be in the works for Domantas Sabonis.
Yep.
But you also then look at, okay, could Max potentially be a starter? But if not, I understand having to bring in a little bit more depth, right, at the center position, along with Dylan Cardwell, if Domantas Sabonis is not here.
Mm-hmm.
But if Domantas Sabonis is here and we're continuing to look elsewhere for centers, that's a little confusing to me.
Yeah. You're
am
on the same path.
Am I wrong with this?
No.
Because, and also Mitchell Robinson, I was just looking at this last season, he played in 60 games. So he played in a lot of games as compared to the 2 previous years he played in just 17 and 31, I believe. But this isn't like a guy who's averaging about 5.7 points per game. Let me see here. Rebounds. Where are we going? Why can't I look? Where is this at? Sorry, guys.
In terms of his rebounds per game last year?
I'm just looking at rebounds per game. I don't know where this is. But my point being is, like, I don't really know if he is, like, that big of a contributor even at that in terms of a center position that you already look to have 8.8 rebounds per game.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good rebounder as a backup center. He's a rim protector. He's an energy guy.
But to me, one of these guys are going to have to be gone.
Well, yes. You're on the right.
Like, where are we go? Like, who?
This is life after Domas. This is what this is.
So are we thinking that there is a very good chance Domas is traded in the offseason?
I think if the Kings had their way, Domas would be traded this offseason. But I don't know if they're going to be able to pull that off. But I think if Scott Perry had his way, I think he'd more than willingly move on from Domas. I think he'd more than willingly move on from Zach LaVine, of course. I think so. You put 4 veterans.
He is injured quite a bit.
Domas?
No.
LaVine?
Mitchell Robinson.
Oh yes, he has been banged up at times for sure. I think if you were to put, this is speculation.
Okay.
For the most part, this is informed speculation. Let's call it this.
Okay.
I'm not reporting this by any means. I think if you were to put Russell Westbrook, DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, and Domantas Sabonis at a table and say get rid of 2, I think the 2 ideal guys to get rid of for contract purposes and for future fit purposes would be Domas and would be Zach LaVine.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he's going to be able to do it. But I read this as, okay, this is what life after Sabonis looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Because in theory, as of now, Maxime Reynaud, in life after Sabonis, as of right now, Maxime Reynaud is the starting
Would be
center.
your starter.
I believe.
I believe that too.
How last season went.
Sure.
And then you have this 2 big man punch that the Kings clearly feel comfortable that you can run a two center lineup with 2 rim protecting, rebounding, athletic bigs in Cardwell and Mitchell Robinson, and you basically have the 3 of those with Max starting, and you can rotate the 3 of them with 2 better rim protectors, more physicality and defense in the paint, things of that nature. So that's where this makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Because financially, I don't know how the hell you afford him without getting some money off the books. So the only reason I'd say Mitchell Robinson to Sacramento has a chance is if the Kings were to trade Domantas Sabonis away. I just don't know if they're going to be able to.
And this is a tease for later on in the show, but there is also a possibility where you could maybe draft a guy in the second round.
So a name that a lot of Kings fans are keeping their eye on. We'll get to that at 1 o'clock. But coming up next, let's talk football. It's Kayla's 2-minute drill here on Sactown Sports.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
We're living through a monetary crime scene, and your IRA or 401k is a key victim. Hi, Dr. Ron Paul here. In 1971, gold was $35 an ounce. After the dollar was cut loose from it, inflation soared. And in just 9 years, gold hit $850. People who diversified into precious metals survived and thrived. Today, we're in a worse position because we face inflation and massive debt. Fortunately, gold is still an option. My trusted friends at Birch Gold Group can help you own gold inside your retirement account without penalties or taxes. Start now by getting a free info kit on gold. Text the word SECURE to 989898. We're facing the same monetary chaos as the 70s with significantly more debt. Get your free info kit from Birch Gold. Just text SECURE to the number 989898.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Will?
When I was 50, my whole life fell apart. I lost my job, I lost my wife, I lost the house, I lost pretty much everything except for my life. When the IRS came calling, I just didn't have it in me. I felt like Wile E. Coyote, just waiting for that IRS anvil to drop.
Then Will found tax relief advocates.
I heard their advertisement on the radio, I wrote down the number, and I made the call that changed everything. The IRS gave me a bill for $40,000. Tax relief advocates got that down to $3,200. I've paid 9 cents on the dollar. Now that's a great deal in anybody's book.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Will did and call TRA for a consultation.
But for me, the real win is I got my life back.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-488-2578. 800-488-2578. That's 800-488-2578.
Did you try my Colombian tamales? They're delicious.
Yes, but the Mexican tamales I brought are better.
Colombian tamales wrapped in plantain leaves are unmatched, you know.
But the Mexican tamales wrapped in corn husks are the authentic ones.
At least we can agree that they taste better with Pepsi.
Without a doubt. Can you pass me a straw?
You mean a pitillo.
Tamales deserve Pepsi.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I'm talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Chad, what's going on for the Memorial Day sales event?
Right now, you can save up to $16,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Ram 1500 crew cabs. Plus, with an EPA estimated combined 22 MPG, you're going to save big at the pump.
It's true. Getting fuel is easily one of the scariest things to do nowadays.
I get it. And a new Ram could be what you need to cut your fuel costs long term. Plus, you'll enjoy best-in-class luxurious cabin comfort and the most luxurious Ram 1500 ever. If you've been thinking about a new truck, you have to start with Ram. Plus, with over 500 new Rams available, your new Ram is waiting at Hoblet.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
16,000 total net savings after 5467 factory incentive and 8533 dealer discount. Incentives include 1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance on eligible vehicles, 500 business owner bonus with proof of business ownership, and 500 military first responder bonus for eligible members. 5 of this net savings. See dealer for details.
It's time for the 2-minute drill. Kayla Anderson has the ball, and she's taking us around the world of football. It's Kayla's 2-minute drill on Matt and Kayla.
It may be May 19th, and the dust may have completely settled now with the NFL draft. But that doesn't mean there's not still NFL news and storylines to react to. And yay, today's doesn't involve Aaron Rodgers. I'm just excited about that
Yes.
part. Kayla Anderson, what's happening in the National Football League?
Here's what's interesting as we hear the music cued to the 2-minute drill. I had my 2-minute drill ready to go, but there's been new news since the 2-minute drill was made this morning.
New news.
So this is what you do, what we used to do a lot in TV too, is like we just go with the flow.
Pivot.
So that means yes,
your-
Aaron Rodgers?
Oh, no.
Yeah, no. This is your 2-minute drill. Starting off with this. Trouble in Kansas City.
Bum, bum, bum.
Uh-oh. Okay, so Kansas City Chiefs receiver Rashee Rice has been sentenced to 30 days in jail after testing positive for marijuana in violation of the terms of his probation.
Yeesh.
Of course, that came from his role in a crash that left multiple people injured on a Dallas highway almost 2 years ago. So he is not going to be obviously at OTAs. Again, he is going to be sentenced to 30 days in jail and 5 years of probation for his role, obviously, in the crash as well that had happened prior. So there is a...
Yikes.
Yeah, there is some issues going on with Rashee Rice. The big question is like, what does Kansas City do? Because again, like this was a guy that was supposed to be a big contributor, but he's just ran into issues.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much to add to this.
I mean, I'm interested in Kyle's take on this, considering he's one of the players that plays for this team.
I guess my thing is this isn't significant enough to suggest that the Chiefs would move on or he'd lose his job or anything like that, right?
But he's been he's had more issues off the field than having, I think, good moments on the field.
I guess.
And again, we're talking about a receiver core for Patrick Mahomes that has not been good as of late, that they've struggled, honestly, as a receiving core. And I believe he was a first-round pick for them, so it's or second-round pick. But again, supposed to be a pretty good contributor.
Kyle, you have thoughts?
I guess not a ton. So, like, the reason
Kyle, you have thoughts on everything. You don't have one on your own player here?
Look, Kansas City Chiefs, they take a lot of risks with guys like this. But what's weird about this story is, like, he had already served the suspension last year for the reckless driving incident. He tore his ACL 2 years ago, so that's why he wasn't on the field. What this basically is like the court sentenced him to 30 days in jail, but they essentially said you don't have to serve it as long as you meet these terms of your probation.
And then
now he broke it, so now he has to serve the 30 days in jail. What this is going to end with, this is a contract year for him. It's going to end with his contract is going to expire. The only reason he's still on the team is because of what you said, Kayla, is that he was a second-round pick. He makes $2 million this year, and he's an affordable receiver option for the Chiefs. That's the only reason he's still on the team. He's not going to be on him after this year.
I just don't necessarily think it's worth a scenario of just cut him before training camp and just eat the $2 million and move on. But I don't know. Maybe they're done with him. Maybe they're tired of the distraction.
Not going in the right direction.
That's for sure.
From one receiver that has been a disappointment to one that's been incredibly good for the Seattle Seahawks.
JSN.
Talk about the disrespectful situation that happened for JSN. So, Jackson Smith and Jigba received his Offensive Player of the Year trophy. But instead of actually getting that on the trophy, it was inscripted in it, the 2025 Defensive Player of the Year.
Hell yeah, he's that good.
So, yeah, right? I mean, he could do it all. So, JSN was like, I really want to expose them. He said in the video that he posted, it's getting disrespectful, guys. Like, I get it, though. Like, your one job is to print the right trophy for somebody who has earned that, who worked the whole season to get that, and deservingly so. And then it's not even the right. And I know people make mistakes, but we're talking about a billion-dollar business in the NFL.
Yes.
And we can't even make sure that the guys are getting the right trophies.
Yeah, this is not some mom and pop shop, trophy maker shop, or getting a custom trophy for a stupid thing like a MLB miniseries on a radio show on Amazon. And they got their thing right without any typos.
Right.
This is the freaking Offensive Player of the Year in the NFL. Like, those trophies should be looked over time and time and time and time again before actually being handed to the player. So, yeah, this is just embarrassing for the league. I'm glad they're correcting it and they're getting JSN his real trophy. And he absolutely deserves to put the league on blast. Man, you sent me the wrong damn trophy for the award I won.
Like, what are we doing
After
here?
when he first won the award, Drewski just butchered his name at the award show.
That part wasn't great either.
Exactly. You got to know how to say it, Drewski. Come on now. All right. Moving on. And let's go with this one. Quarterback-less. So the NFC West, we all are very familiar with it right here in Northern California. The Arizona Cardinals, who have been kind of the laughingstock of the NFC West here, continue to be that because the Cardinals do not have Jacoby Brissett, who is expected to be their starter, at OTAs. They open up with no Jacoby Brissett because supposedly Jacoby Brissett is asking for a new type of deal. And in the meantime, you're at OTAs with a new head coach in Mike LaFleur. You're trying to figure out this offense now that you've got the third overall pick in Jeremiah Love. And it's like, welcome to our team with, oh, that's right, we don't really have a starting quarterback yet. Carson Beck is the next thing that we have that could actually be the starter, and he probably shouldn't be this year either. Arizona's going to be just as bad as they were last year.
Hey,
this is a nightmare organization.
All the more reason to have a good run game. Just have Jeremiah Love take direct snaps. Why not? Just let him run the ball every play.
Unfortunately.
And hopefully not get killed.
Well, speaking of, and I had this in Pick a Side and we didn't get to it, we might as well bring it up since we're on the point of getting killed. There is practice video that has surfaced that Jeremiah Love is being put back on returns. So they are going to use, at least right now, they are going to use their 3rd overall pick, who is supposed to be your running back of the future, in return game, in special teams.
Oh, God. They're going to get
Please, please, please do not do that to your number 3 overall pick, Arizona. Please.
Arizona, can he play every position? Can he play corner, too?
They are going to play him at slot receiver this year, too. Do you know how many running backs the Cardinals have? They have 5 running backs.
It is kind of wild to think about, right?
And we make jokes about it. I hope he stays healthy, man. I hope he stays healthy.
Not if they're going to play him in every single role, man. They can't do that.
Don't hurt him.
And again, I mean, who the heck is their quarterback? They're going to rely on him just like they relied on...
Open tryouts next week in Arizona if you want to be quarterback of the Cardinals.
No, their quarterback is goofy-looking Carson Beck now.
Carson Beck, baby.
Yay.
Goofy-looking Carson Beck is going to play quarterback, but just bad enough so that they can get a top pick and draft Dante Moore.
It's wild.
Well, that's your 2-minute drill.
That is it.
We'll take the break. Start of the final hour of the show. Are the Kings doomed in the West for years to come? Should the way the Spurs and the Thunder and maybe even 2 other teams to throw into the mix are shaping up in the bright future that they have in the West deter or change anything for the Sacramento Kings? Plus, should the Kings target a certain 7-3 center in the draft who I'm seeing mocked now in that 7, 8, 9 range? We'll talk about it when we return. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave.
What's up? It's Matt George.
What's good? It's Alan Stiles.
With the most trusted voices in the community.
This is Jason Ross.
Hey, it's Kayla Anderson.
It's Whitey Gleason.
Ready to help promote your business, both as partners and customers. All you have to do is ask. Pick up the phone, dial pound 250 and say, grow my business to get connected with a team member today. That's pound 250 and say, grow my business. Our team will review your product, quickly pair you with a perfect endorser, and create video and audio samples all at no cost or obligation to you. With the most live and local on-air lineup, a dynamic content-driven website, and a state-of-the-art mobile app, Sactown Sports 1140 is tailor-made to help you connect with a sports audience in Sacramento. So why wait? Dial pound 250 today. Say, grow my business, and let us help take you to the next level.
The next 30 seconds could save you hundreds on your car insurance. At The Hartford, we're passionate about your protection. If you're 50 or over, AARP Auto Insurance from The Hartford gives you benefits that really matter. And you could save $597 when you switch. How's that for a little peace of mind? Visit trusthartford.com today. The Hartford, your protection is our passion. The Hartford Insurance Group, Inc. pays royalty fees to AARP for the use of its intellectual property. AARP and its affiliates are not insurers. Savings vary.
Pros, save more on the materials you need to get the job done, inside and out, at Lowe's. Right now, get 10% off in-stock Trex Naturals decking, now available in more styles. Plus, get 15% off select custom entry, interior, and storm doors. Then, we'll deliver it all straight to your job site to help keep your jobs moving. Get the brands pros trust, priced right, and ready when you need them. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/27. While supplies last, selection varies by location.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort.
Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And now everything's on sale during our Memorial Day event. Save up to $1,200 on mattresses, plus free delivery when you add a base. Ends Monday. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number. To a good life sleep.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/beat. That's ethos.com/beat. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Today on the pod, we're talking to Joan, a method actor and scratchers enthusiast. So, Joan, what do you like about playing scratchers?
Well, as a method actor, it's about becoming the ticket. Scratching up, down, stage left, stage right.
So what's your motivation? Because your performance feels so real.
Oh, I was just tapping into my inner scratchers.
Incredible.
Yes. Bravo me.
Scratchers from the California Lottery. A little play can make your day. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 years or older to purchase player claim.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140. It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
The Kings are doomed! Kayla! What good? Who even cares about who they take 7th? Who even cares about if they get the first round pick next year? Who cares?
I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Because Fox is right. It doesn't matter.
I'm not going to deal with this.
It doesn't matter,
attitude.
Kayla. What's even the point of playing games?
I mean, it doesn't really matter.
What's even the point? Just forfeit the next 5 years until Victor Wembanyama gets bored. Yeah, just send him to Seattle.
Give your team away.
Send him to Seattle. Who cares?
Just simulate 5 seasons until you get the draft picks.
There's no point. Let's all press fast forward in our lives until 2033, and then maybe, just maybe, the Spurs and Thunder dynasties will be over, and then the Kings can finally do something.
Well, then there's another dynasty that's coming up right behind them.
You like Jazz?
No! They're part of it.
By the way, the Jazz, once the Spurs do reign, the Jazz are going to be the key to beating Wemby because they're going to have 4 7-footers.
Exactly.
The Jazz are part of this group to throw in there. I'm over exaggerating, obviously, because I see, and Carmichael Dave talked about this, and I get the point. Like, the West is going to be dominated by some of these teams for a long time, barring injury. And of course, we're not rooting for any injuries, even if they benefit the Kings.
But it does happen.
I'm not rooting for Wemby to ever get hurt. Like, I want Wemby to have a long, healthy, and stupid successful career because I think it's phenomenal for basketball. And I think he's phenomenal for basketball, even if I don't know how the hell the Kings or anybody for that matter is going to ever stop him on the rate that he's going. But there is validity. There is validity to looking at the future of the Western Conference and seeing the Spurs, the Thunder, the Jazz, and I think you can throw the T-Wolves in there as long as Ant's there.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Ant's got 3 years left on his deal after this year, so...
I swear to God, if Ant goes to L.A. or...
I kind of feel like that's...
Oh, that's right, Luka, too.
I don't think Ant's staying in Minnesota. I just have a feeling. Long term, I don't think he is.
See, that's a really interesting point that you bring up. I hate thinking like that because now listen, I would love for Ant to leave leave the T-Wolves to come to Sacramento. So that's the caveat to this conversation. But as a supporter of small market Sacramento, Minnesota is a bigger market than Sacramento is, of course.
But it's considered more for basketball purposes, not a small market, but
it's not a superpower,
exactly.
Right? It's not like it's beneath a Dallas. It's obviously beneath an LA, Miami, New York. Blah, blah,
While
blah.
the Kings were in their playoff drought, Minnesota was the only team that was maybe worse than them.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't want, for the sake of small markets, that's why I was rooting for the Milwaukee Bucks when they won their title. I don't want a team like the T-Wolves to lose Ant to a big market. I hate that idea. Can't stand it. But while Ant's in Minnesota, Minnesota should be in the conversation. The point is, you look at the top of the West and you go, what the hell could the Kings possibly do? But like I said earlier on the show, I would argue you would rather be a team, I think, in Sacramento's spot right now than a team in like Phoenix's or a team in even Denver's. Like Denver still has Nikola Jokic, don't get me wrong. And I'm not saying the Kings would much rather have the success that the Denver Nuggets have had, including the ring. But like Denver's looking up at the top of the West and going, how do we make up that ground? Like I think the Lakers are looking up and going, we have Luka Doncic, life after LeBron is coming, but I mean, we're LA, so we'll get somebody just because we're LA. But
are you just saying because, like, they're kind of the middlemen right now and, like, they don't have as many good opportunities to possibly land
and what do you do?
Future stars?
Like, what can you get right now that's in the league that stops either of those two teams? Except for what those teams have for each other, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's the way I'm looking at it.
It is a weird spot to be in for those teams that are expected to do a lot, but, like you said, don't have quite enough to get over.
Yep.
These teams that are in the conference finals on the western side at least, especially like you talked about Denver, Nikola Jokic. Aaron Gordon's gonna be gone. Like
Do I have to dump that?
No, I don't think so.
What?
No, Denvich is what she said.
Yeah, I said
okay.
I said Denvich.
Whew, I got scared
Nikola
for a second.
Jokic with Denver.
Nikola Jokic.
Nikola Jokic.
We were
I cannot
just
say this stuff.
So we were just to
this
her.
This is what happens to me when I'm tongue-tied.
To Kayla's defense, we were
Good
just having
Lord.
an off-the-air conversation about Peja Stojakovic, so I think that threw you off.
Exactly.
And Andre, his son.
This is what happens when my head has all these names in them. I'm like,
I spent 5 minutes talking about Donovan Mitchell, thinking I was talking about
I'm not gonna
Jalen
lie.
Brunson today.
It's one of those days for me. So take it for what
It's
it's
got
worth.
Monday vibes for a Tuesday.
It totally does. But Aaron Gordon's probably gonna be gone. They're gonna split up kind of like that core that won the Nuggets championship, and really since then they haven't been exactly the same because they haven't had all those pieces at once working together. Like it's not the Denver team that it should be at this point. I mean, even our boss Richie, who hails from the Denver area, came in and was like,
"It's over."
Yeah, it's over. He's like, "Our time is done." So.
But you still have Jokic, and you should be happy that you just have him.
I mean, the time for patience is now. The time for patience is now. Like, you can't be too patient because you don't want to fall in the relegation zone. Bum, bum, bum. You don't want to be bottom 3 with this new draft lottery system that's going to be voted on at the end of the month and be implemented. The reality is, for the Sacramento Kings, for a team like the Sacramento Kings, establish an identity and hope to get lucky. Because for the next couple of years, even if you do the first part, and I think the Kings can establish an identity, a better identity. I think they need to next season. I think the Kings, fingers crossed, with whoever they draft and whatever tweaks that Scott Perry makes, even if it's not a ton until the 2027 offseason, the magical 2027 offseason where all this money falls off the books, even if he can only make minor tweaks, I think next season can be infinitely more entertaining than this season was, simply by the Kings embracing their identity more for 82 games. And being Kings fans really rallied behind how hard they were playing, the energy of Dylan Cardwell, Maxime Reynaud in the pick and roll. Like, there were things that the Kings were doing at the end of the season that if you were to tell me, take that and spread it over 82 games, like, I'm a lot more compelled to watch Kings basketball than I was certainly this season. So get there, and it doesn't matter what anybody, that's completely you. Nothing else matters. That is completely internal. Establish your identity, play an entertaining, physical brand of basketball to where you can put up a fight on any given night.
Yeah, and I think, sorry.
No, keep going.
I think that's what they've started to slowly do at the end of last year when you were kind of looking at the younger part of this team playing all these games and starting these games. And because the players that, minus like Keegan Murray and a couple of these other guys that, might be on the team in previous, years to come, which is really like Keegan Murray. A lot of these guys, like I said, aren't the future. So like they were able to start establishing like a little bit of a different identity, but that's with like no new talent, with no, like you're saying, 7th round draft pick. Yeah. So next year, it's not going to be by any means the complete project's done. Like you're going to still be seeing pieces being laid down, but I think it's going to continue to go in that direction where at least you're going to have some parts of the season that are going to be fun to watch and competitive in parts of the season. Hopefully you won't have as many injuries that you're dealing with, but you're still going to have some of these pieces that aren't your future. So there is still going to be that part of it that you're not seeing the full culture still next year.
This is why I like the draft lottery reform, though.
Right.
Because you can do everything that we just laid out. You can establish the identity, focus on being more competitive, focusing on trying to win as many games as possible without the looming debate that we had this year of what should you be winning games versus losing and tanking and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Now it's you need to establish your identity, play hard, and then get lucky. Like, that's it. And that's the part that's scary for a lot of people.
That's the part that I have a hard time with.
That's the scary part. But if the Kings establish the identity, play a more entertaining brand of basketball, bring in the 7th pick in this year's draft, assuming they stay at 7, and implement him and make some other moves on the edges, whatever Scott Perry can do, whether it's financial or whatever, see Keegan Murray and DeAndre Hunter together, maybe make a John Morant move, or I don't know, like whatever he decides to do, you can be more competitive, be more compelling to your fan base, play harder, establish an identity, finish with the 8th worst record in the league, and you have the best chance possible at the number 1 pick. And maybe you end up at 13. Oh no, that sucks.
Right.
Maybe you end up at 3. Hooray. Like, it now frees the Sacramento Kings up to just focus on themselves and truly let the cards fall where they may, which was the approach that they had to this year's draft, which drove me crazy because logically it didn't make sense because you could impact things. Now you can't. So just play good basketball.
I think the one question that still, because not everything is remotely solidified here, and that includes the full-time future security of Doug Christie being your head coach. And this next year, he's going to be here. But there is a lot that can be, changed in a year.
Yeah.
If it doesn't go in that direction. And then again, we circle back to that conversation with you cut one part out and then you don't cut the other part out, then that doesn't work. So you try to cut that. It's like a never-ending cycle. So if it doesn't work out with Doug, and again, I hope it does,
right.
But if it doesn't, you are going to have to then go back and figure out, okay, now we're going to bring in another guy who can possibly collectively still kind of do what they're doing here because you don't want to restart everything.
Sure.
And that's where it could get sticky. And that's where it's like you got to have the consistency at some point here between upper management, general manager, head coach.
Exactly.
It's got to flow together for a while. It can't just be every other year something new happening. There's no way you're going to find success doing that.
The ideal scenario, the best case scenario for next season is pretty much what you were talking about, Kayla. It's by the end of the season, we should absolutely be able to say the Kings are better than when they started, and they're better, certainly, than last season, and they're more established an identity, and their young guys developed. You can see a core forming. You can see an identity forming, and hopefully there's improvement and steps backwards along the way. Is Doug Christie your head coach or not? Like, you have to have an answer to that question by the end of next season.
Right.
And then you get lucky. Like, that's it. Like there's always going to be that luck element to it. Now it's a clean slate of luck for everybody. I just think it takes what I like about this draft lottery reform, although there will be a moment that I probably hate it. Some fan base is going to hate it because they're going to need the pick and they're going to get like the 11th. And they're going to, and if the Kings end up as
don't want that to be the Kings.
If the Kings end up as a relegation zone team, you're damn right I'm going to be furious about it. And there's a good chance that could happen. Remember, the Kings were the worst team in basketball.
Then we'll be coming back, and I'm going to be like, I thought you liked this new lottery reform system,
I don't like it when it doesn't work out for me,
right.
But I like that it takes the pressure and it simplifies everything for the Kings next year. Kayla, I don't have to root against wins next year. I don't have to root against the progress, whether it's at the hands of Russell Westbrook or the hands of Maxime Reynaud, although I would much rather it be Maxime Reynaud, of course, with where the Kings are headed. It's unified. Play your style of basketball, establish that identity, play entertaining brand of basketball, get up and down the floor, just be an annoying young team that are the flies that the Oklahoma City Thunder and San Antonio Spurs have to whack away, that if they don't bring their A game to the Golden One Center on a Wednesday in January, that the Kings could beat them. Be that team for 82 games. I promise you this city will rally around them with hopefully a future star at that 7th spot, that this city will rally around, win as many games as you can, develop as much as you can as an organization, be able to say at the end of game 82, we got better and we're in a better place than we started, and let the ping pong balls truly fall where they may. It's the exact same approach that the Kings had to the end of this season, but without the fear and frustration of, but they should be tanking coin flips, blah, blah, blah. It's way better.
It's just that you have to hope, too, that, again, you're progressing. This was a bad team this year. That is understating it. You've got to hope that this team is taking big enough strides to win enough games to be a decent enough team. It doesn't have to be a great team by any means, and we don't think it's going to be. But it cannot be what it was last year.
Well, last year, the Kings had an abundance of centers, even though Domantas Sabonis didn't play, as well as an abundance of guards. Great segue, Matt. Thank you. And even with a pick that's in a crop of very talented point guards, I've started to hear a rumbling among some Kings fans. I won't say the entire fan base or anything like that, but I've gotten messages, questions saying, Matt, should the Sacramento Kings consider, because of the future of the Western Conference and a guy named Victor freaking Wembanyama, should the Kings consider taking a potential player that could match up with Wemby in Ade Mara, the 7'3" big man out of Michigan? And on Jeremy Woo's latest mock draft with ESPN, he has Ade Mara going 8, the pick after the Kings at 7. So to say that Mara could go 7, I don't think is super absurd and out of the realm of possibility. I personally, though, I'm not overcomplicating things. You're a long ways away from needing a Wemby counter. You need a point guard desperately. This is a talented point guard draft. Just go get a point guard.
So this is a situation where he's clearly climbed the boards a bit too. If he goes around in that area.
People think he's top 10 now.
Yeah, well, and rightfully so if they've really dug into his film and everything. And I know that Nate Ahmet from Tennessee.
He's dropping.
And I think with him, it's like the physicality. Like he's got a lot of work. I honestly, if you want me to tell you the truth, I think he should go back to Tennessee. He's not going to, but he might gain a little from next one more year.
Yeah, he's very boomer bust, it feels like.
He really is. But anyway, going back to Amar, this is Mara, excuse me. Ade Mara. I would never, if you're no.
Yeah.
No, and no.
Yeah.
You don't guarantee anything right now with Domas not being on this team next year. Maybe that's the hope that he's traded. But then again, go get yourself a piece like Robinson, like we just talked about. Make Max your starter. Believe he can be your starter. And then if that doesn't work out, you've got to figure out some things. But one thing that they don't have for sure is a point guard. And you have the best point guard class that you've had in a long time. And you have a couple of choices to pick from.
You have options.
So that's the thing. Something will fit your liking there.
Even if Acuff is your number one guy, okay, he gets taken 6. Okay, you now have, depending upon what the Clippers do, Wagler, Burries, Brown Jr., Flemings. And there are a lot of people that think those 4 players, you could add Acuff to those 5 guys are separated by preference, not by talent level. Just depends on what kind of guard you want. Hopefully the Kings, out of those 5, whoever's the best of those 5, that's the one that the Sacramento Kings need to find. But take a guard. Take a point guard. Don't try and overcomplicate it. Don't try and get too cute. I understand people going, well, what if the Kings traded back with the Thunder, picked up their 2 first-round picks for 7, and then took Ade Mara with the 12th pick or whatever they have? Yeah, again, you're trying to be too cute. Just take the point guard.
Real quick question: the slight feedback you got about Ade Mara, what was the reasoning? Did people connect? Did they have a statement to
being 7'3" and having a Wemby counter? Because if you're gonna beat Wemby,
but Wemby was a clear number 1 overall pick, guys.
Right.
And even more so than AJ DeBonsa is gonna be.
And Chet Holmgren is in theory by build a Wemby counter. And how did that work?
I mean, Chet's a good player, but he has to have all that other stuff around him as well.
Number 2 overall. Chet was number 2 overall.
He was,
right?
I believe.
But he should have been number 1.
Who was taking number 1?
It was Paolo. He was the number 1 recruit. He was the number 1 prospect. The Magic chose to take Paolo over Chet.
TC wants to weigh in. What's up, TC? Happy Tuesday.
Hey, man. Happy Tuesday. Kayla, what's up?
What's up, TC?
Oh, man, just vibing. So, look, man, check it out. Hey, y'all hitting the nail on the point as far as the draft and the guards. Like, you got to take your guy right there as far as Atlanta, just like the Kings. We have to take our – don't get too cute. Take our guard and kind of go from there. If we're able to trade up and get a guy and then come back in around and get him, then that's fine. Mitchell Robertson, I'm cool with that, trying to go get him on the offseason. I'm just thinking I'm overlooking the injury part. Yeah. I'm looking at the defensive presence that him and Dylan can have in that paint when he is in the game. And on top of that, I'm glad that the new rule is in place, bro, because as far as from a King standpoint, I like it. It's now you have to win games, put a team together, and it's the luck of the draw where it may fall. The whole loser mentality and all that, didn't nobody want to go through this, bro, for 3 more years. Everybody on this airwave said they wanted to because they are clamoring over this draft because this draft is deep. But Kings fans, you guys really didn't want to go 3 more years of this, bro.
TC, he makes a good point. I will say people were clamoring for it. Primarily Carmichael Dave was clamoring for it because that's been the model of the past. And it worked for San Antonio. 3 top 4 picks in 3 straight years as a result of tanking. The Thunder is not a direct 1-to-1 tanking example, but there's very much some tanking involved with that. People who are clamoring for tanking and being terrible for the next 3 or 4 years, a la the Phillies, the Detroits, they were doing that because that was the model that we knew somewhat, sort of, kind of worked. The model is changing now, which is where I completely agree with TC. There is going to be somebody or somebodies, some teams that are negatively affected by this, and you're just hoping, please, the Kings aren't one of them. Please don't let the Kings naturally fall into the relegation zone and then end up with the 11th or 12th pick or however far they can fall.
That's what I said.
Please.
You have to win more games.
If that's the case, then, of course, we're all angry about it. Mm-hmm. But to TC's point, which I completely agree with, for 82 games next year, I don't have to worry about anything other than the Kings getting better and hopefully winning basketball games and being entertaining. Mm-hmm. And I'm after the year we went through and after how exhausting it was to be on Team Tank and find negative reasons to talk about Dylan Cardwell's game-winning block or DeMar DeRozan going off in Toronto, nobody wanted to do that. There was a reason why we did it, though. Because the system is set up at that time to draft lottery odds, tank, lose games. That's what everybody else is doing. Now, that's off the table. Just go win. And I, for one, think that that's at least encouraging. Now the Kings just have to fight like hell to not be a bottom 3 team, which they very easily could be.
And a big part of that, too, is going to lie on, again, Doug Christie. And is he continuing to advance his coaching? Because, again, Scott Perry has mentioned it in this year 1 a couple times of he's also learning on the job. Mm-hmm. And that's fine this last year because there were younger guys learning on the job. It's not fine for, in terms of what the overall goal is. Yep. But at some point it was okay, this is what it is. But this next season, just like these second year players are expected to continue to build on what they had at the end of last season, Doug's got to do that too, because otherwise, instead of talking about tanking, we're going to be talking about why is this team not improving? Mm-hmm. And the first thing it will go to is Doug.
I'm very interested to see how Doug approaches the training camp this year.
Absolutely.
Because he obviously kind of talked a big game last year with some certain things that we never really saw ever.
Are you talking about the defense?
Yes, the 94 feet and things like buzzwords and things that are whatever.
I wonder if that will die down a little in terms of that stuff.
I would hope so. Yeah. But also, what I want to see, I want to hear Doug talk about something on Media Day. And I want to hear him talk about it throughout training camp. Mm-hmm. And then I don't want it to become a thing of the past by game 5. Yeah.
Yep. No,
I want to
you're
see
right.
it remain consistent. His buzzword was the standard. Okay, give us something more concrete. This, and I want to see that get better over the course of the season. That, to me, will determine whether or not Doug Christie gets a second contract and truly gets to keep his job long term. I did want to address this, too, from local Raptors fanatic. He says, thinking there's only one model is the issue when talking about tanking. I hear what you're saying, because tanking isn't the only way to build a good basketball team, of course. But for a team like the Sacramento Kings, tanking had been the most common way of doing it in a small market. And it also had been the one way and the one thing that the Sacramento Kings really, truly hadn't done over their 16-year playoff drought. Never, other than one season, were they the worst team in the NBA. And they only did it for, again, they were bad, but they were mediocre for multiple seasons in a row, and it got them nowhere. So, while I understand your point, logical Raptors fanatic, I am saying that the reason why, I don't want to speak for Dave, but the reason why I understand where Dave is coming from is because Dave's watching it through the view of 20 years, and the Kings never really executed a proper rebuild period over the course of those 20 years. But now, a proper rebuild, how you do that, is changing with this draft lottery reform, and for me, I think that's encouraging. I think that's fun. I think next season I'm looking forward to more now because of this reform. Hopefully it just doesn't come back to make the Kings the unlucky one. Someone's going to get unlucky. Hopefully it's not the Kings. We shall see. We'll take the break. When we come back, it's time for our MLB mini-series update. How did we do in day one of our mini-series this week? Plus, if we have time to get to it, The Athletic released an article where all 30 teams stand, so basically their power rankings, and their trade deadline outlook. Some interesting stuff about the A's and Giants in here. We'll have that for you when we return. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. I need a little range, step to the range, come on, meet me at the
Introducing the new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club Sandwich. With that juicy Chick-fil-A chicken on a buttermilk ranch bun, jalapeno ranch sauce, and pickled jalapenos, it's a little ranch with a lot of kick. The new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club with original spicy or grilled filet. Available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
Now that Wendy's has these new biggie deals, everyone in the family can get what they're craving, from nugs to JBCs. The parental units can get an $8 biggie bundle, the eldest who think they're so grown can get a $6 biggie bag, and the little one who can do no wrong can get a $4 biggie bites. You know, assuming they have a credit card. No, I'm kidding. We take cash too. 4, $6, and $8 biggie deals for the whole family. Only at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Ready or not, summer is coming, and Wayfair's Memorial Day clearance is on now. Right now through May 25th, get up to 70% off everything home at Wayfair. Plus, score amazing doorbuster deals all sale long and surprise flash deals on Memorial Day. We're talking thousands of products at every style and budget. Now is the time to save big on must-haves for your patio, backyard, and beyond. These savings won't last, so don't wait. Shop Wayfair's Memorial Day clearance now through May 25th.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Sacramento! Now you've got a place for all things dance.
The all-new Energy 100.5 HD2.
Where dance music lives. Dance vibes anytime and any place when you get the free Now 100.5 app.
Or listen at 100.5 HD2.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Card collectors know there's nothing as special as a rare one-of-one card. And now you can hear a very rare one-of-a-kind sports card show right here on Sactown Sports. Whitey Gleason here inviting you to join me and Mr. True Sports Cards himself, Emran Pilati, for the True Sports Card Show every Saturday morning at 10 on Sactown Sports. It's the only sports card radio show in the nation. For all your hobby needs, get to True Sports Cards, 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland. And for hobby, insight, and fun, join us for the True Sports Card Show Saturday mornings at 10 on Sactown Sports.
Contractors, remodelers, you now have a great supplier to assist you with your next project. Anova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento. They are Northern California's best kitchen and bathroom remodeling supply store. Anova has the latest cabinet styles, a great selection of countertops, flooring, bathroom fixtures, and more. Visit their website, InnovaCabinetStone.com. Take advantage of their grand opening special, a $750 in-store credit. Stop by today, Anova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento.
No way, gas prices shot up again.
I know, but I got us covered.
So generous. What's your deal?
What's my deal? I went to Metro and saved. Got 4 lines for just $25 each and 4 free new Samsung Galaxy A17 5G phones, and all on the T-Mobile network.
How about we go to Metro today?
Get that more for your money feeling. Visit your Metro by T-Mobile store. Just bring your numbers. Not available if you've been with Metro or T-Mobile in the past 180 days.
Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140. Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
Now that we're back in studio.
Bro, give yourself a break.
She's back home. Your 4-time.
Oh, that's a he to me.
Mini-series, well.
What, are you changing it?
I mean,
that's my
whatever.
That's my boy over there.
Well,
the trophy.
Then we're boys first, and we're boys forever, because I'm a 4-time mini-series champion after the perfect 5-0 week. And on yesterday's draft, I made it very clear that I'm going against y'all. I'm going against y'all this week. I made some picks
blah, blah, blah,
for the
blah,
head-to-head. I want the smoke. And I even took Kyle's Padres against him and his LA Dodgers yesterday. And what did the Padres do? They came through.
Oh, no.
They beat the Dodgers 1-0.
Which is wild.
What an idiot.
What a loser.
So that's a dub for Matt. That's now 6 straight dubs for your boy.
So that's a loss for Kyle?
Kyle gets the L. He picked the Dodgers.
Well, this girl won, so.
But is it really an L, though, if my team beats the Dodgers?
You had your bets, right? You either lose but win or win but lose.
Look, let me tell you, when life tells you to put your chips all in, I am hedging. Let me tell you, I'm all about a hedge.
That is very Frankie Cardicelli. That is Frankie Cardicelli. He watches his Yankees and bets on them to lose so that no matter what happens, he'll be happy.
I'm all about the good hedge.
Frankie Cardicelli on vacation again. What you doing, buddy?
Again?
I've seen him for a while.
He's just too busy, being a good dad for his kid. How dare he?
I know.
How dare he take time off?
He's also a manager here.
What? How dare you? No, I hope Frankie's having a good vacation.
You guys really are the vacation police.
It's a bit, Kyle. God.
I'm not no police.
I want to take vacation.
I'm a sheriff.
Wow.
Well, you are, Matt, right after the draft.
Well, Frankie's and also Kayla's Yankees. I wish that was a vacation. I'm going to a wedding in Seattle.
Have we figured that? Are you going to do the draft still?
We don't know. We'll figure it out.
Well, the draft is Tuesday, Wednesday.
No, the draft is Thursday, Friday.
No, it's Tuesday, Wednesday.
Uh-oh.
The draft is on the 23rd because it's my birthday.
Wait, did they change the date? Because
What
that's
is
not what
going
Sam
on?
Amick said. Hold on, everyone pause. Oh, hell yes. Your boy will be here for the draft
are
then.
Here.
Let's go, baby.
See, you needed
Hey,
that
Matt,
picnic today.
I think you're having some.
No.
Some,
Genuinely, Sam Amick, I think it was Sam, someone reported that the draft was on the 24th.
Oh my God. We've been talking about this literally for over a month.
I'm so happy.
What are we going to do? Because he's not going to be here for the draft.
So happy. When I found out, when they announced what the draft day was, I swear to God, Sam Amick said, if I'm just totally framing Sam here, I think he said, because I think initially I thought the draft was supposed to be the 24th.
Well, it is. Day 2 is Wednesday the 24th. So the first round is Tuesday the 23rd. The second round is Wednesday the 24th.
I could not be happier.
Right.
This is so wonderful, because I'll be here on Wednesday, too. I leave on Wednesday after the
So,
show.
Kyle, are you gone that whole week?
Well, so I was going to say that
happy.
the reason I knew this is because I saw it flash on the screen during the draft combine day.
Yeah.
And the first day of the NBA draft is on my 25th birthday, in which I'll be in Hawaii.
Congratulations.
Oh, you're in Hawaii. Wow.
It's technically a wedding, but yes.
Nice.
So, yes, I'm gone that whole week.
Well, we still need to figure out.
We'll get
there. We'll get there.
Oh, this just made my day.
See? Congratulations.
I think I'm going to call in those 2 days.
Fine. You deserve it. Honestly, take the day. I don't care.
Somebody can have. No, I'm talking about the rest of the week.
Take Thursday, Friday off.
Oh, well, that's.
No one's
good.
going to be left on the show.
Don't do that to Richie. Well, hey, the afternoon show did it. Whitey and Alan both dipped for a day. Don't do that to Richie.
Kayla, you're
I'm
entitled
so
to take your vacation whenever you want.
I'm always very respectful to people.
I'm so excited.
Meanwhile, Matt and I are both like, hey, Kayla, see ya. We're going to Hawaii and Seattle during the draft week.
It was not my choice.
Do you think I wanted to go to Hawaii on my 25th birthday, Matt? Do you?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
I'd rather be here talking
Yes.
about
Oh,
Darius
yes.
Acuff or Kingston Flemings.
Well, Hawaii and Seattle are two very different places, my friend.
Summertime, Seattle's very pretty.
In fairness, I'm also going to San Diego first.
I would like to present to you Thursday, June 25th, NBA Draft Round 1, and Friday, June 26th, NBA Draft Round 2.
You're saying Sam Amick said that?
Well, I think this is a write-up of Sam Amick joining the afternoon or the midday, joining the morning show.
I know I'm
as
shamelessly
written up.
pumping the poll here.
I don't know if Sam said it specifically.
So that's what you were going off of.
That's what I was going off of.
Oh,
I was going off of upcoming Sacramento Kings and NBA offseason schedule. Friday or Thursday, June 25th, NBA draft.
Huh, I
round
wonder
1.
who wrote that story, Matt.
I would never throw anybody under the bus.
We bring the boom. That's what we do.
I was misled, but I'm so happy.
See, now.
No, I love this. The draft is now on a day that I can be in Sacramento for it, so I can celebrate the draft of whoever the hell with all y'all.
Kingston Flemings.
Kingston, I would celebrate it. I don't care. I'm telling you, whether they take Acuff, Flemings, whoever, as soon as they make their pick, I'm the biggest fan of that kid. I cannot wait because that's the future right there.
Also,
I'm
Kayla,
trying
that
to think of like the worst pick.
that Thursday, Friday is just going to be press conference day. Oh, it's going to be an easy show for
easy
you.
day.
Well, you still,
Darren Peterson?
Still need some peeps in here, huh?
Darren Peterson?
No.
I'm saying if the Kings took Darren Peterson, would you be like,
No, I already told you. If I trust, it's not like I don't like the kid. I have question marks about him. But I said this several times. I said if Scott Perry interviews him and decides to pick him at that spot, I would never have been like, oh my God. Like, I'd be a little skeptical, but if Scott Perry believes in him, then
there's
I'm in.
nobody in that draft that you'd be that way, though, right? Unless they went and took someone that's mocked to go 20th.
I know, that's what I was trying to think of, just somebody that was
someone random.
way below. Oh, Yaxel Lendenborg.
Yeah, I would be
That's it right there.
I would be a little
Lendenborg.
concerned. I'm not going to lie to you. I'd be a little concerned.
I would be highly concerned we'd be the oldest team.
You'd be like that one time Alan
Oldest,
Stiles
youngest.
stormed out of Public House when they drafted Devin Carter.
Oh.
And
did
Nate
he?
Littlefield chased him down like a wrestling cameraman.
No, low-key, I've been, I remember not being too happy about that pick either. And it was Brendan Nunez who tried to sell it to me, and he did a good job. And then
Hey, there's still time.
Well.
It's not like we couldn't have taken Khalil Ware, the perfect front court pairing for Sabonis.
The past. We're focused on the future here at Sactown Sports.
We got to make our picks. By the way, I won yesterday.
That's what
Just
I was-
wanted to let you guys know
that's
that.
what I was getting to.
Since
Kayla-
Matt wants to boast about all his wins.
Relax.
My turn.
Kayla's Yankees, by way of Frankie Cardicelli,
Right.
defeated the Blue Jays 7-6 yesterday. So
Let's go.
yay them.
Let's go.
So
Frankie Fake News Cardicelli telling you about the wrong draft date.
Don't throw him under the bus. It's not Frankie's fault. I know, because I remember, I'm pretty sure Frankie got that date from somebody else. I almost guarantee you. And
But
they
you
probably
don't want to
changed
blame Frankie.
it. I don't want to blame anybody.
So congratulations. The NBA draft is on a Tuesday.
I'm so excited by that. I'm so excited. Don't get me wrong. I was like loathing the fact that I wasn't going to be here for the freaking NBA draft. Not no more. I'm here. Anyway, let's make our picks for today. So the teams that we have to pick from, I have the Blue Jays, Guardians, Pirates, and Brewers. Kayla has the Cubs, Rangers, Cards, and Mariners. And Kyle has the Braves, A's, Phillies, and Marlins. Anybody know what games you're doing today?
Yep, I'm doing the Cubs.
You're doing the Cubbies. Who are the Cubbies playing?
I don't know.
Every time.
I know, it's a bit now.
Every time.
It's the Brewers.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow, she's picking against Jacob Misarowski today.
And I am taking the Brewers versus the Cubs.
Oh, so you have Jacob Misarowski. By the way, did you see in his last start, he had the 6 fastest pitches ever recorded by a starter on StatCast?
That's crazy.
Yeah, he hit 103 or 102 6 times.
Break his arm.
Jeez, Kayla. All right, so Kayla's got the Cubs versus Brewers. I have Brewers versus Cubs. Kyle.
I will take the Phillies over the Reds.
New manager, interim manager, boo.
They are cooking right now.
I got Jesus Luzardo today.
Oh, A's legend.
How old is Don Mattingly at this point?
It's got to be 60s.
Yeah, I would say probably close to upper 60s, right?
Well, let's play a game of celebrity
Let's
guess
do,
the age.
I want to say 65.
Did you look it up, Kyle?
I did just look it up.
Okay, so I haven't looked yet. You say 65. I'll go 68.
We have a correct answer. It goes to Kayla Anderson.
Let's go.
Kayla wins again.
I think he's the oldest manager in baseball now. If I had to guess, let's look it up here real quick. I don't know why.
It's got to be pretty close if he's not.
Baseball's got some old managers, though.
Yes, tradition of the game.
He is the 3rd oldest manager
Who's the
in baseball.
oldest?
You want to guess?
No.
No? Okay. It's a semi-well-known name. It's not like it's some rando. There's second oldest is Terry Francona at 66.
Oh, okay.
And the oldest is Pat Murphy.
Pat Murphy? That's my boy.
Yes.
I was literally thinking in my head, is it Pat? No, Pat? Pat?
How old is Pat?
How old is Pat Murphy?
Do you want to play celebrity birthday? You know he's older than 66.
I think he's done 68.
69.
67.
Pat is awesome. I got to cover him when he was with the AAA Padres.
Huh.
He is a cool dude.
Okay, this has been a running joke in recent years. I'm glad we're talking about this. The only thing I say about Pat Murphy is they just give him manager of the year every year because they think the Brewers are going to suck, and then they get blown out by the Dodgers in the playoffs. It's like, congratulations, Pat Murphy. I think he's won it 2 years in a row now, and they just give him the manager of the year. Him and Steven Vogt, they just give it to him because it's like, how are the Guardians and Brewers any good?
I'll tell you what, this makes my day. It makes my day that I now know.
He's still going
I'm
on
so
about
excited.
the draft.
I was literally dreading not being here for draft day because I think it's going to be a great day for the Kings. But I get to be here. And you know who's here? The Drive Guys. Whitey Gleason, Alan Stiles. They join us next for a little crosstalk before taking over for 4 hours. Looking forward to their show today. As always, the Drive Guys join us next on Sactown Sports.
It's time for your Sactown Scouting Report, breaking down the top prospects for the Sacramento Kings ahead of the 2026 NBA Draft.
Darius Acuff Jr., point guard, Arkansas.
Few guards in this draft offer the kind of upside Darius Acuff Jr. does. He can create shots, make tough offense look easy, and has the tools to become a featured scorer at the next level. But with that high-risk, high-reward profile, are the defensive concerns too significant to ignore?
Read the entire breakdown from Brendan Nunez right now at SactownSports.com. Presented by Power Business Technology. Copiers and printers for all your office needs.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-771-1300. That's 800-771-1300.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
There are many reasons to choose Gonzalez Law Offices. As a dedicated trial lawyer with an undefeated record from 2016 through 2019, and you'll know that no case is too big or too small. Due to his success, hard work, and commitment to excellence, attorney Jonathan Gonzalez has been listed in Super Lawyers Rising Stars, as well as in the top 40 under 40 list by national trial lawyers. You can find Gonzalez Law Office online at saclegaldefense.com or call him at 916-304-9187.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
Ooh, Whitey broke the mic arm. We were talking about this earlier.
Already like that.
We were talking about this earlier in the show, Whitey. A piece came out, and now it's hanging on by dear life.
Very fixable.
Where'd Alan go? Oh, he's gone.
I don't know. He ran out.
Over the weekend, our sprinkler system, the remote where you punch in when it comes on and all that, tweaked out, burned out, so I had to replace it. No problem. No problem.
Wait, you did it yourself?
Whitey.
Yes.
Nice.
And as I always say when I do something like that, Lou Brock was a great base stealer, but today I am the greatest of all time.
There you go.
As Ricky Henderson said when he broke it.
There we go.
Yeah.
Didn't have to go spend money on it.
The king of DIY.
That's right.
Whitey Gleason.
Uh-huh.
He'll do it himself. That's
this
awesome.
one I don't know, though.
Yeah, that one's a little...
Are you all right over there? Or are you?
Alan's he's coming. He's getting a little
Alan
jittery.
is like,
He's
his
a little-
hands are moving
he's jittery.
50 miles a minute.
There's Alan
excited.
Styles.
Oh my gosh.
He's excited for
There
the
he
show today, and I know
Ain't
why.
it fun? Living in Iowa. I think they were taking shots at you, by the way, today on the show.
No,
Who? Where?
we were not taking shots.
Something
at you.
about
When?
somebody and how tall people are.
Yeah. Oh no, that was the comment section.
No, that was the comment section.
No.
It was
You
not
read
us.
it.
No,
You
no, we
read
didn't.
it.
We didn't.
No, we did not.
Well, I was listening. I knew what they were talking about. So.
Whoa.
No. We
Hey.
don't say name.
I made
No,
fun of
never said
Kayla's
name.
height, and
Yes.
the comment section got involved.
Whoa,
and we did not do anything.
Hey,
Yeah.
look, I'm in a good mood.
See, Whitey's trying to spin stuff
Yeah.
up.
Well,
This
no,
is what
I'm
he
glad.
does.
I'm glad Whitey told me. I did not know.
We didn't do
We did not
anything.
bring
I
up
don't know.
the
I
name.
don't know. I wasn't there.
We protected you.
Okay, I'll have
It
to go
wasn't
back.
that bad, Alan. It's just that
No?
Kayla's so
Oh.
short that you're taller than her.
Oh, what? Kayla is not even short.
Exactly.
That's according to the comment section.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Look, I'm not comfortable.
I know.
Using the S word.
Welcome to the world.
I'm not
never
comfortable with any
comfortable.
of this. I'm just in a great mood. Whitey's back.
Yeah.
In the building.
Why are you in a great mood, buddy? What happened?
Man.
What happened?
That Spurs OKC game.
Yeah.
Just good old-fashioned basketball.
Uh-huh. That
How about-
backcourt. How about that young backcourt?
How about that Dylan Harper? How about that Stephon Castle? How about that Victor Wembanyama? Victor Wembanyama, what I love about Victor Wembanyama,
Tell me.
how he treats the media. It's just so refreshing. He answers questions. I was watching it live, and they were really asking him about this MVP thing, and you hear all the time, no, I don't care, I just do my business, and it is what it is, and, too cool for school, they don't want to be there, it's a chore. Wemby saying, yeah, Shea getting the MVP right in front of me, it ticked me off. Yeah. And it's just so refreshing. He plays the game, he tells jokes, everything about that team. It just was so locked in yesterday. I haven't seen that team more in lockstep to beat the defending champs. Shea was in a blender.
In their own building.
In their own, oh my God, how could I forget, Whitey? In their own building. That team, Spurs, no notes. They don't need to make any changes. They don't need to do anything different
Just keep
than
doing
what
what
they
you're
did
doing.
last night. I wouldn't change anything. Literally nothing.
Yeah,
Recipe for success.
Best basketball game.
Put nobody in by the name
Oh,
of
no.
De'Aaron Fox.
Who? But, look, you can play him, not play him. Really doesn't matter, clearly. All I know is last night I saw some of the best basketball I had
Great
watched.
game.
It was the best game. You know, Whitey, I love my hyperbole. The best playoff game I've seen in a long time.
Absolutely.
A long time. Then I got to turn on the Giants when it's done and see them getting smacked.
And get whooped like 12 to something.
Getting whooped good like you stole something, Kayla.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
I turned on the Giants. I think it was halftime. Let's see how the Giants are doing.
Don't do that.
6 pitches in, they're losing 4-0.
Well,
I thought I was watching. Was this a game that was last night? And I'm seeing the condensed version.
No.
How did it get to 4-0 so fast?
Well, Arenado, just don't throw to him. He's been killing the Giants since, I didn't have facial hair. That's just how it's been. So he goes grand salami to start things out, and then it's just good night. Yeah, then it's just good night. But what a night. What a night. Oh, what a night. Dun, 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 dun,
I've already got a migraine. It's 2
Why?
minutes into listening to you.
Why? You guys were great at the golf course yesterday.
Thanks for
Shout out
doing
Boys
that.
and Girls Club, all of that. So
I'm sure there's a hit coming somewhere.
I thought it was.
I couldn't even hear you because of the wind.
Whoa.
That is a great, great charity.
Yes,
Good for
it
you guys
is.
for doing that.
It is. And
we really enjoyed crosstalk without, wait a minute, he didn't want to do it.
Why will you tell them we don't do them on remotes like that?
It's
It's
tough.
too
Funny.
it's too
You had to
clunky.
do it in We the did it with the morning show. Weird.
Do it with the morning show.
That's because we had to test out the equipment to make sure you guys.
Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Kyle.
He still got your back after all these months.
Yes, he does.
Yes, I will always defend Alan's right to not do crosstalk.
Yes, he does. So,
But it was a good event.
It was. You get any swings in?
4 left.
No. He brought his clubs.
Left. I don't miss left.
But
I wish I missed left.
he wanted to go out afterward.
Oh, I did. I went to the driving.
Should have called me.
I went to the driving range afterwards.
Oh, you're a slicer, huh? You're a slicer?
Big time.
Got it. You and C. Watkins.
Well, I was.
Tuck that elbow in, baby.
Now I'm making a change. Now I'm hooking left, which I'm actually excited about.
Nah.
I just said 4 left, and you said you don't miss
I
left.
don't usually do. It's a new thing for me.
Really?
We were coming off of we were right on the first tee.
Okay.
Where our setup was, and there were some rough shots being had.
Huh.
Definitely.
The game of?
It's
Game
not
of golf.
easy.
It's like the game of life. You just never know what's going to happen.
You never know. That's a great
Isn't it?
shout,
It is.
Kayla.
I know.
You never know.
Right?
So this A-cuff thing, okay? No. I'm literally just giving Matt his flowers on air. And we're gonna have this conversation, and I'm being dead serious here. Some of these
I don't want this after what you said about my boy.
You don't want
What
your
boy?
actual.
Fox
You don't want
or
your
Brown?
actual flowers after. I never even said the name. It's like Voldemort. I didn't even say. I don't know. I talked about the game last night.
All right, proceed.
Look, all I was gonna say is that I think some people fall into the idea of being very comfortable in who delivers them certain news. Okay, and especially when you're in Sacramento, there's so many people that are working so hard to give you exactly what you need for your team. So we shouldn't need to have it validated by somebody that has a national platform.
Yeah.
Matt, as far as I'm concerned, was on this A-cuff stuff since my birthday month, okay, since March. And I shouldn't feel any differently this morning about A-cuff to the Kings because Kevin O'Connor and a couple national people confirmed essentially what we already knew. And it's happened before.
But
so
Alan,
that's what I was going to say.
Alan, we also have Dave weighing in on that.
I don't know. I can't
What
speak.
is
I got to
that?
find the Dave clip. I don't know the Dave clip.
You and I are in the middle of all these beefs between each other. We had nothing to do with this.
I remember Matt. That's all. And that is not a bit. I'm not saying Dave, and I don't know who the we
Dave
is.
doesn't like A-cuff.
Dave quote tweeted Matt and said, "We've been on it since February." I don't know if there's a lot of options with Dave. It's like a Scantron. Was he being sarcastic?
Dave,
Was he?
have you ever
I don't know.
listened to Dave? Dave does not like A-cuff. I've had a battle with him.
I
on
saw
the
his little clip today about, but I don't want them with the gummy worms and the chocolate. I'm like, what? Where did
he was
where
being
did we go from here? But my whole thing with that part, and we'll talk about that too, is I mean, you're at 7th. You're picking 7th. Let's not beggars can't be choosers so much. But I wanted to give my flowers to Matt. If people don't think that it's a big deal, then don't think it's a big deal.
right.
But don't now feel like it's more important because somebody nationally said it. A lot of times, and people don't realize this, they're getting their information way later than where we're getting it and when we're getting it locally. So Matt was
What a
on
nice
it.
thing to say.
And that's all I gotta say.
Thank you, Alan.
That's all I gotta say.
Thank you.
I mean, it didn't mean anything when I said it earlier, that exact same thing. But
Whoa, we're having a good moment.
What do you mean? What
I
did I do?
said that exact same thing for my teammate earlier, but I didn't get a thank you like that.
Whoa.
Thank you, Kayla.
Whoa.
Thank you, Kayla.
We were having a good moment.
I quote tweeted you on Twitter.
I feel like I'm at a family dinner.
over here.
Oh my goodness!
God damn.
I thought what you said was outstanding.
You didn't
Oh,
get it.
and I have something to send you. Michael Jackson info. Yes.
I don't want to hear it.
No. They're doing a
it's-
show.
okay,
They're doing a show in
okay.
Sacramento. I thought you'd
Is
be
it
interested.
the Broadway one? Or the...
No,
Oh,
it's like a
okay.
reenactment. It's a good show.
Oh,
It's a
okay,
good
okay,
thing.
All right.
Goodness gracious, Whitey. Come on, I didn't even have coffee today.
Well,
I had soup.
you don't need it.
No, I don't.
You don't need it.
I
don't know
don't.
if you have one of those like vitamin boosts right now, but
I got nothing.
Okay.
Kyle, go get me a yerba. I need a yerba mate, Kyle. I definitely don't.
Let me end this the way I should have ended this.
Okay.
Thank you, Kayla, for Alan's nice words. I appreciate
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I took them from Kayla.
And thank you for all of you who listened to the show today. We're a part of the show. We're looking forward to chatting with you tomorrow. We got Cavs Knicks game 1 tonight. Danny Cunningham, our friend from Cleveland, will join us to break down whatever happens tomorrow. Coming up next, Whitey Gleason, Alan Stiles, the Drive Guys, Brendan Nunez will be in to break down his Sactown sports scouting report on Darius Acuff Jr. That's all coming up over the next 4 hours right here on Sactown Sports.
Peace.
Take Sactown Sports